Welcome, 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 guys. Welcome to another stream. Hope you're all doing good. There'll be a bit of game audio in a second. Here we go. Let me just set up the old Twitch stream stuff. There we go. All right. Hey, guys. Welcome. All right. So today, for a brief moment there, I had the title of the stream as like Total Ultimate Pro League Thief Skills. We're going to do a little bit of Thief PvPing, but I didn't want to talk about some other stuff that's been going on the week. I quite like doing that on a Friday when we kick off the streams. Kind of talk to you guys about what happened during the days of the week where we weren't streaming, catch up on a few things. So, it's been really slow on my main channel. Really slow. Visual Wood's still been daily, that's all been good, but my main channel was really slow this week. And the reason for that is because this Movement of the World video part 2, I've just procrastinated on like mad. But I threw up a tweet yesterday saying that the video was going to be up soon, and it is. It's rendering on my second PC right now, and then it will get uploaded as soon as the stream's over. I might hold it back a little bit, I don't know, just to get a bit of quality on there, but that's generally not what I do, so I might not. But I thought, since I've got everything set up, why don't I do a bit of a stream and we can PvP while we're at it using the crazy filter? So a lot of people ask me about this. To fill everyone in who's maybe watching this out of time a little, anachronistically, would that be a way of describing that? Or, you know, maybe seeing it on WP2 a long time in the future. So this week, what I've got is I've got two videos, Movement of the World Part 1, Movement of the World Part 2, where I read some of the lore that ArenaNet wrote a long time ago and give you all nice scenic images and moving video clips of various cool places that related to the script. And what I did for that was I put a nice storybook filter over the regular game. So this is something I was playing with a long time ago, or that conceptually I liked the idea of a long time ago. Back when I first made the lore series, I had that choice before me. Do I just go in-game footage and like filter it and use fancy video editing effects and stuff to make it look different? Or do I go for real art? I went for real art, which is, I think, what made that series so successful, as well as a few other things. But I'd always wonder about that alternate reality, right, where I didn't do art, where I did the in-game filtered stuff. I probably would have been a lot more confident and a lot more capable of finishing that series long ago if I'd gone like that. But anyway, instead of doing it through post-processing in editing, I actually do it on the fly in the game. A lot of people ask me whether that was true, and it is. I'm using reshade to do it. It's not the reshade master effect combo that I generally have all my gameplay as. It's a different version of reshade, a bit of a later one, and it's got these really beautiful effects in it, and I can toggle it on and off whenever I like. So yeah, I am 100% capable of basically walking anywhere I want interior and getting some kind of a nice shot. Usually you can get really beautiful stuff. So a lot of people have been asking me, hey WP, can you throw this preset up? Can you show me how this works and stuff? But you'll notice it's really not very playable. I mean, on small little previews it might look playable, but a lot of the time it's not. And unfortunately, even graphically, sometimes it's a bit of a failure too. Some of the loading screens look really good, by the way. But a lot of the time, like, these lines around everything can look kind of awful if it hits a certain sweet spot. And you just tend to lose a lot of detail rather than it being, you know, that really nice. Like, a lot of people look at this and the outlining techniques that are being used, and they like the idea of like a Borderlands thing for Guild Wars, and that's totally possible. That can happen for sure. But I don't know. For now, I don't know. There's a lot of really crazy stuff, by the way. I'm sort of semi-collaborating with a couple of guys working on reshade stuff at the moment. And one of them made a shader. I'm sure he doesn't mind me talking about it. He's made a shader that only affects skies. So you could do stuff like, I guess, and apply an effect like this, but only to the skyboxes, and the rest of the game looks fine. Reshade just desperately needs a UI bypass. That's all it needs. But like, for example, up here, look at my daily. Like, you can't really read it. So if people wanted to be able to play the game like this, no, you did Movement of the World last week. That's true. It has been about a week now. It has been about a week since part 1. So you can't really play the game unless you want to toggle it on and off a lot. But yeah, I really like the bubble as we have that effect on. But I thought, why don't I try, just for funsies and as a slight gimmick, a slight twist to the stream, why don't we try and do it on Thief? So the other thing I did today as well was I was playing on Thief earlier this morning in PvP. And what was I testing? Why did I originally go to the area? I can't remember. In Heart of the Mists. I went to the area where you're fighting the ghosts. And I have no idea why I went to go fight the ghosts. I think maybe I was testing out like a wombo combo or something. But it was really quite interesting. So, just so that you guys know, there are some training NPCs in the Heart of the Mists, which allow you to test out the various mechanics that will appear in the real PvP maps. It's kind of like pre-hot join levels of practice, right? So over here, for example, you have trebs. This is to give you practice on the map mechanic for Kylo. Over here, you have cannons. This was to practice for the map mechanic on Raid on the Capricorn, which no longer exists whatsoever, this mechanic, but they're still here because the devs are quite, in my opinion, notoriously bad for not updating the Heart of the Mist. You've got golems to practice attacks on. You've got the indestructible golem as well. But so everything's basically represented, and then you've got these guys over here. And what these guys let you do is practice your skills on other classes. The funny thing is, though, that these NPCs are incredibly unique to Guild Wars. Incredibly unique. Unlike in Guild Wars 1, where pretty much all the enemies used player skills all over the place. In Guild Wars 2, that's really quite rare. Except here. So, these guys actually... But I think that what these NPCs do... So, like this Guardian has got a greatsword, okay? And he's going to use the greatsword abilities. See that there? Greatsword 3 there. He's autoing with it. There's a greatsword 2. There's a 5. Oh, sorry, a 5 and then a 2. You get the point. But what I think these skills actually are is I think they're unlinked to whatever else I can do. They're unlinked to to the real ones, which means that they don't get affected by balance passes and stuff like that. And I think that's how he managed to knock me down in such a bizarre way a second ago. Oh, damn it. I thought he was going to use the 2, so I blinked away. It's fine. That's really not the point. I need to turn the game volumes down like bad. And it leads to some weird stuff, okay? Like, for example, if we kill the Ellie here. Oh, somebody already did. I think the Ellie has a weird downstate that does a different ability. Anyway, look, the point is that a lot of these NPCs seem really weird, right? And it's just a very, very unique thing. Now, another one of the mechanics, that's just an aside, really. Another one of the mechanics that exists out here in Heart of the Mists are the ghosts. Now, the ghosts are to practice on Lord, on Legacy. But I'm pretty sure these guys aren't the actual ghosts. And anyway, I realized something when I was looking at them, right? That these guys actually have a skill hooked up to them. I have no idea whether it exists in the real map, okay? But bizarrely, all these regular casters have heal skills. Just as the Lord has a heal skill. But though the devs hooked up a heal skill to them at some point in time, so we'll watch this soldier here, okay? Though they hooked up heal skills to them at some point in time, they must have later decided that it was too much, that... I mean, with today's power creep levels, they would probably never come to that decision again. But there, you see that caster's casting a heal skill there? But all it actually does is almost nothing. Here they go, he's healing, he stops, he uses a heal. But you'll notice his health basically remains exactly the same. It's on 9% right now. We'll wait for him to heal again. And this just fascinated me. Because basically what the devs did was, instead of just straight up deleting the heal skill, at whatever point this happened, maybe even back in the alphas, from their bars... They kept them there and just nerfed the crap out of it. So these NPCs actually have a totally unique heal skill. There it is. He went from 9% to 11% there. A totally unique heal skill that has quite a hefty cast time on it. Forces them to stand still. Forces them to do nothing else. And so like that's a huge nerf. That's not just we're nerfing the heal skill. That's we're forcing these NPCs to waste time at every an interval when they're below 50% health. It's crazy. I had no idea that they were that broken. Like, and to this day, it still remains. So if Did You Know was still a series, I probably would have put something like that into Guild Wars 2. Did You Know? But as it's not a series, and I was just quite captivated by it for a second. I told you guys there were weird and wonderful videos I just wanted to do on Wood and Potatoes 2. Wood and Potatoes 2 is about just getting my freedom back as just being able to be just like this random guy that can just post shit online, right? Like, I can't just post about that on my main channel. People would be like, oh, that's not the quality we expect. You know, people love to be snobs about fucking quality. So I can't do it on the main channel, but I got Wood and Potatoes 2, so I spent like 2 seconds and I just recorded it. Did like these crappy little zooms, rendered it out in 4K as a bit of an extra joke and put it up as a bit of a gimmick video. And that went up earlier today as well. That was something that happened too. I'm glad they didn't give that skill to the Ellie. Both the soldiers and the Ellie casters there, unless you mean the real elementalists. But so here we go, guys. We're going to try and storybook PvP here. Now, if we fail, it's because of latency. Alright? Because I get a little bit of monitor delay because of reshade, and I blame it entirely on that, if that happens. So, yeah. It's wood and potatoes time, baby. Indeed it is. So, Thief has been going quite well lately. I may be shaking my reputation a little as a bad thief. A self-birthed reputation. But guys, oh, never mind. That's a huge rant that I'm not going to go into. So, I've only played Thief still this season. Have not swapped, refused to, even when it's double Thief, like right now, when I really should. Double Thief here versus... there's only one Guardian on the other side. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm middle of Ruby now. 100 games this season so far. I'm still not at 50%. Oh no, I am. I'm over 50% games won now. I've managed to claw it back. If I win this, I'm definitely over. I've learned a few things. I've got a little bit better. It's got to the point that I don't know whether people are just joking because I'm wood potatoes or trying to give me like a confidence boost. But sometimes I'll go in and people will be like, "Oh my god, you're a good thief." Oh, like I had a Necro saying, "Oh, you did really well staying on me. I'm glad that you're on my team this time." And I had another guy saying, "You're a much better thief than the guy on the other team. Don't worry about it." And I've had like little moments like that, which suggest I'm doing something right. But so same classic opener. Bassy to everyone on the team. Infiltrators into the door. Another infiltrator's there. And then one final one to the node. I tend to find nobody really beats me to close, which is good. I like focusing on that. It's a little teeny weeny beeny thing that you can do every time. I'm actually going to drop my effects volume, guys, because that's the annoying one.
You've captured the quarry.
Right, we get these points. These can help. This could make the difference. An extra 5-point leg up for no reason. Actually, he's being interrupted on close.
You lost the waterfall.
So here we want to go for the thief. It's always nice when the team's actually pinged someone. Did I say thief? I meant necro. It's always nice when someone's actually pinged someone in mid because you know that you know who you actually want to hit. Damn it. Combat mode. Where is he? Did he stealth? Oh, he sneak gyroed, right? Oh, I messed that up as well already. Oh well, it's fine.
You lost the waterfall.
It's fine. Here, he's here.
Back in fighting condition.
So there you'll see the little cluster bomb thing. I talked about that on a previous stream. I didn't really know how it worked, but I managed to pull it off there. It's basically just cluster bombing in as the steel goes off.
Barely.
But you can get like a really nice hit with that. There, my cleave was a little bit bad. There are some things I've just had to learn that as a thief I really don't have much opportunity. Oh god. Oh, I'm lagging, like regular lagging. Why am I regular lagging? 120p. I think I'm just used to EU. Did he go to our close? Why wouldn't he go to close? That's crazy. Let's put some poison over there, but I'm not going anywhere near it.
Back in fighting condition.
This guy. Let's fear them away. Fear the reses. Good. I like that fear skill on this trait setup because what the fear does is it interrupts and it puts a pulmonary impact on people, which is always nice. Yeah, so there are certain matchups I can't win. I don't know whether it's because I need to learn more about using steel at the right time, but Guardians I can't beat 1v1 like at all. This is bad right now, like really bad. They just heal so much. Like the build just feels absurd to me. And it's actually, I really actually don't like this current meta. It frustrates me, like, a lot. There's just Guardians everywhere, man. Oh, why? No, why?
The waterfall is yours.
Get the stomp, maybe, please? The reason I came back was because that was a cleanse and I was hoping it would work. But yes, they did get the stomp. Okay, good. I'm going to try and back cap because we've not done any of that this game. This is my favourite map to back cap on. Actually, this is close. I'm on more.
You've lost the quarry. You've taken the graveyard.
So, like, if I don't kill this guy right now, I'm screwed. I like waiting until the elixir S ends, and then... Oh, I did it slightly early there. Only slightly, though. Oh, my God. Why is that going so crazy? I like waiting for elixir S to end, and then heart-seeking straight into the NG as they do that. That's a cool little thing. But yeah, like, I can't beat them. They're just so much cleave and just shit everywhere. Like, look at this. And they don't even have to try. I've had moments where, like... Why? This stupid pet, man. I can't do anything. This is really frustrating.
You've captured
Oh my god, there we go. We actually got something.
Kill them all.
Interrupt 1. Wait for him to go again. Interrupt 2. And we got the stomp. Good. Heartseek in the ranger field for a bit of healing. I'm surprised we got that interrupt because it was through his thing. Waiting for him to start rezzing. He didn't. He's just... This Necro's bad. He's just suicided. I don't know why you would do that, but he did.
I'm bleeding.
Yeah, I've had moments where I've gone into fights against, like, guard and Engie on the node. And and I've had 2 of my friends there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go be a thief. I'm gonna go in and quickly +1, and you know, we'll overwhelm them with the force of 3 of us, and then we'll destroy them. Nope.
The waterfall is yours.
And then I've just walked onto the node and died, right? Like, just instantly died because of the traps and because of the stupid gyros exploding. I hate it. I hate them so badly. But I get it. There's a bit of rock, paper, scissors. I shouldn't be able to 1v1 everyone. That's the trade-off I pay for. High bursts, mobility, a little bit of team support, stealth. That's what it is, right? Like, but, you know, getting to grips with those limitations is what's so hard. Oh, they've actually got a thief. Let's jump in. Where is he?
I may not survive.
See, why did I get feared there? This is so annoying. Necros are probably my most fun enemies to fight on this on Thief. I reckon they've got that. That's gonna be fine. Oh, he's okay. That's fine. Oh no, I should have. Oh, I'm actually being jumped by their Thief. Oh god. Never mind. That was awful. Yeah, Necros are really fun because they'll shroud and then you can just move away from them, and they're stuck to pure melee stuff while they're in shroud. They might use the 2 to try and get you, but often that takes them off a node and they don't like it. You can get behind them, decap. It's really, really, really fun fighting Necros. And I don't say that because it's one-sided. I say it because it's very reactionary. You can see what they're doing. Maybe it's just because I understand Necro very well, but I understand the Guardian build everyone's playing at the moment. I played hundreds of games before the season started on that exact build, right after the patch, while I was getting all my Capricorn stuff. I understand it.
You've taken the graveyard.
Most I can hope to do, maybe, is...
Back in fighting condition.
There you go. So that was a Heartseek into... Oh, come on, crit, man. Every time. They always get it. Every time. Yeah, the Guardian's capabilities when they start raising it feels pretty obnoxious to me. Because of that stupid trick. Just the combo of everything they can drop. I'm actually seeing a lot of Rangers doing it as well. I'm trying to steal to the guard right now. I'm not going to be able to because of combat mode. There's a headshot. Interrupted twice again. Just... Oh, he's healing me. Okay. Alright, I'll play a little bit more recklessly.
Go ahead, hit me.
Guardians... Oh, okay. Guardians are nice to kill when you can do that. When you can just get behind them and just keep hammering them and hammering them. Best people to fight on the roads, I find, at the moment. Okay, we can try with this thief. He got the decap. My druid's gonna get the full cap. It would have been nice if one of those was erupt. He's gonna go around the side. I'm gonna jump him like a douchebag. Oh, they were breaking that gate, were they? Oh no, oh wow. I keep getting turned around in this game. Oh, I hate it. He's fully wombo comboed me there.
I don't.
If he had his longbow out, he could have done real havoc to me there.
You've captured the quarry.
You'll be feeling that one for days.
Problem is right now, I've basically got no endurance. I shouldn't really be fighting him.
I'll revive you soon. Back.
See those traps, man? And I was dodging through that. The traps are just so ridiculous. Do you know the way that I want them to fix this, though? All the devs have to do, I think that they should take a stance with their balance now, where they nerf things through cooldown, through increasing cooldowns. The trap clearly has viability, right? But just push the cooldowns up until things balance out. That's what I want to see, because I feel like the game's too fast with too many cooldowns. It makes it harder to spectate. It causes a lot of issues. The game's very fun to play, but very difficult to spectate.
You've taken the graveyard.
And I feel like if they start balancing through that gradually over time, we'll see the game go to quite a nice place. That thief seems really, like, skittish. Like, more skittish than most. Is he going to defend his lord, maybe, or something? This is obviously over.
You've captured the quarry.
Anyway, okay, right? This is a million miles better than what I was. We're going to blast the poop out of each other. Wow, I said that in 2015.
Your team is victorious.
I have great respect for you, PvP and with combat mode, always on WP. I have it as a toggleable hotkey. It is frustrating me at times, and on Thief, it's one of the bigger ones. And I'll show you why. Okay. We're gonna do a little example here. Combat mode does suck on Thief, big time. It sucks on Thief, and it's because of the abundance of shadow steps. Oh, I turned off the thing. Wow, I didn't even mean to. I'm sorry, guys. I was actually going to play you. All right, well, look. Okay, imagine for a second we're on Forest of Nifl. That's the, if you guys don't know which PvP map that is, it's the one with the two bosses, if you remember. And it's got like a little beachy area between the two bases with the side gates. It's got a little graveyard area out in front of mid, which is in a bit of a fort. And behind mid, you've got like two like ledge places that you can look up and you can walk from all the way around the back of the map, right? That's Legacy, okay? That's Forest of Nifl. Wow. Now, I want you to imagine we're on that map, and I want you to imagine, okay, you see this statue here. I'll give you guys a better look, all right? I want you to imagine that this statue right here, this beautiful artistic statue, this is the midpoint, okay? And you've got like a slope that goes down there, and you've got a slope that goes down there. Remember, like those staircases? All right, now imagine that I'm at my home node on Legacy. I know we could just go into a hot join to show this off. Am I still queuing, by the way? No, I'm not queuing. Now, imagine I've just come from my home node, right? And mid's up on the fort. What you can do, the slope to get up is up here, but what you can do is you can nestle yourself in the little corner. So I'm now looking at mid up at the statue and beyond there. Often what you'll want to do as a thief is target someone up there and then slam your steel and blink over to them. I'm going to have to get in the map to show this off. Let's see here. Let's find a nice dead map. Look at all these empty servers, man. Okay, the fourth seal. Is that going to DQ me as well? It is. Alright. Alright, so there we go. This is it in action, alright? I'm going to mid. I'm going as fast as I possibly can. So what you'll want to do is nestle in one of these. Now what thieves often do, okay, is there'll be a target on someone at mid, and you'll like bassy up, you'll pop your 5, your 2, and then in the middle of the 2 you want to steal up, right? But doing this, look at where my crosshair is. My crosshair's here in combat mode. And what combat mode does is if you activate steal and you're not looking directly at the person, right, like or generally in that area, it does have a tolerance window, it won't actually fire at your target. Without combat mode, as long as you have a target, if you pop steal, it will path you over to him. But with combat mode, this isn't a pathing issue necessarily, it's a combat mode issue. In that you're like looking down, you're always going to angle your camera something like this because you want to see what's going on. You don't want to just blindly go in just because someone's low, if there's a billion traps there or marks there or whatever, right? Like, so there's some red flag, and it happens over here as well. You're not going to be like this, right? Like, this feels weird. This is not what you're normally like, especially as you've just come up like so. And so almost every single time when you try and do this very common tactic of blinking in from here, which is a nice way to engage for a thief. It is a nice way to engage. Every single time it will fail. Because you've got that added extra level of finicky shit to deal with all the time, and that's just generally something that happens. Steel specifically is a nightmare with combat mode. It's really frustrating, and you really have to learn. You really have to use it well. There's like a lot of that as well. Like, so for example, if I'm here and there's a bad guy behind me, right, and I have him targeted. Under regular game environments, if I press Heartseeker in that situation, my character actually turns around and then Heartseekers. But on combat mode, you have to be looking at them before executing the Heartseeker. So there's so much more swinging around of your camera because you're like, alright, I want to turn around on him. And, you know, there's that extra little bit of delay. Practically speaking, I think it is something you can get used to, but that little element of combat mode really frustrates me. Why I like combat mode is so I don't have to hold down right mouse button. That's it. That's generally it. It's not for the kind of the immersive targeting tolerance stuff. And honestly, looking back at the streams, I can't remember that the ArenaNet did. I can't remember whether they had something for combat mode that turns that off. I mean, apparently auto targeting helps it a little, I think, in combat mode, but I don't want to risk it. I don't know. Yeah, the Shiro teleport, you're right, is the same on Rev. Frustrating. And it's all that. It's just around Steel. That's the big problem. The other ones, like, you need line of sight for Shadow's shot anyway, like proper line of sight. You don't need to be able to path. You need it really to get to hit with a projectile. So it's not a problem there. Shadow Step, you're ground targeting somewhere, so it's fine. Infiltrator's Arrow, you're ground targeting somewhere, so it's fine. It's this. And I'll tell you another class that will have a problem with it as well. Guardian, Judge's Intervention, and Flashing Blades, the Sword 2. Both of those would have big issues with this. I'm curious how swap works on the Mesmer with the sword, the cycle ability. There are some new opportunities that combat mode offers, but I can't. The odds of them being useful to you is crazy. So like, I'm sure it's never helped anyone. But for example, if you're in a warrior with a greatsword, the 5 rush, right? Like you can using this. If this guy here is my enemy, I can rush away, then turn the cam around here, and I'll suddenly spin around and start going for him by combining combat mode and allow skill retargeting together. Oh, by the way, I'm crap at doing this, so there we go, we're right. Oh, wrong weapon. Ignore that. God. So yeah, another fun class to fight, by the way, is Mesmer on the current Thief Mesmer matchups. See, this is just cancelled to me. Double NG, triple Guardian. This game is awful. This is like, this is I believe what happens when you start queuing higher into the Ruby stuff. People get a lot more try hard. They'll only run these certain builds, and it's horrible. For this build, this is an awful matchup. Still, see there, I wanted to steal his stability so that the tornado wouldn't hit me, but it did anyway. Here I'm trying to pressure as much as I can while he's a tornado, because actually he's going to be able to heal and sustain a lot better without it. I think I'm actually going to have to re-roll on it. Oh, I'm not going to. I promised I was going to thief my way through the season. How did I not... Did he reveal me or something?
Your enemy has the gate.
Alright, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, baby! Every time! Of course he still has Aegis on him. Of course nobody at mid actually popped the fucking thing. So there, I think that's the best time to steal from a Guardian. Blocks the backstab.
Go ahead, hit me.
That was actually okay. Well, we +2'd him. Well, what am I supposed to do about that? Hey, we actually have a side. We still have home. That surprises me. This is awful. This is going to be so annoying.
You lose.
Nope. 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 And look at him. It's just insane. He's at 100% health.
I don't have
Yeah,
enough
I'm not
energy.
going to have fun on this. So that guy already got mid.
Attack my target. I feel strong.
That was a risky freaking kill I went for there. That was very risky. Hey, we're doing better than I thought. I'm happy. This is good. I appreciate how bipolar I was there. I literally was grumbling as I went into mid, and then I scored a couple of kills, and it was like, oh no, this is the best thing in the world. That guy's taking close. Maybe I can get there to stop him decapping, but I'm not going to be able to survive for very long.
Kill them all.
They always have it. Oh my god. Necro, get off the ledge. What are you doing? Where's my Necro? What's he doing? Why was he just stood on the road for ages? Oh, did he get Dragon's Mauled or something? That was excellent. Oh my god. I had a team in Amber the other night, and our team was 5 Rangers, and the enemy was all Rangers of classes. There's just a lot of guard and NG stacking at the moment. There's just tons of it. Specifically guard. Alright, look, they're turning on us now.
Stillness has appeared.
Uh,
I feel
did it work? It worked.
strong.
Good. What?
Pressure.
What about the field? No!
enemy
Oh,
has
does the
the
pulsing poison field not actually do flat damage on it? That's my fault. That's really bad.
Your enemy
These
sees
guys are
the
not going to get
altar.
off me all game. Look at this.
Attack my target.
Damn it. It's just it's just so fast, the cooldowns on the traps. That's all I want to see him do. I like the traps. I actually like the viability of the traps. I like the gameplay that traps bring. This is over, guys. We had a bit of a foothold, but this is over now. Unless we get a big 830, I don't see this. I don't see us clenching it back, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I like him. I do. I even like the ridiculously obnoxious daze trait. I think it's alright. But you can't have them on such low cooldowns like that. You can't do that. There needs to be some risk reward to it. They need somewhere like between 10 to 15 seconds on most, if not all of them. Then you'll see people running a bit of a variety again.
Refreshing.
Come on. There we go.
Armored up.
See if we can get it. No, of course we can't. Why? How are you getting me? Oh, they actually left their close. That's pretty dumb of them, in my opinion. If I stand at the very back, because he's going to try and judge his intervention in, so I just want the newt, and then I'm going to leave. Have fun, kiddo. The guys are pinging like mad. I don't know why. Oh, I should have gone to mid. They have a downstate player, and so do we. Oh, no. What happened? What happened? Where is he?
Kill them all.
It's down. Let's try again.
Your enemy has the temple now.
Did that get us a rally or anything? Dude, we're team fighting way better than I thought we were. We got 30 seconds till double buff. If I want to not be such a pessimistic twat and call the end of the game when it's totally not over, we should do well on this. Hopefully people can get in position. I'm going to try here. Yes, good. He didn't go for stillness. Oh. That's another annoying thing about combat mode, by the way. No, go down, go down, go down. I got this one. I got this. I can harass it.
Your enemy sees
No.
the altar. I feel tranquility has appeared.
Help me.
And now. Ow.
Look who's back. It's me, by the way.
I can try, but I don't know, man. Ah! Did they get it? They got it. And they have both sides as well. What the hell? This is a weird game. I can't do anything there.
Endurance drained.
If we don't get bottom in the middle, I don't know whether this is right what I'm doing here.
Your enemy has the gate.
I stacked too much stealth. Way too much stealth. As a Guardian player, you sacrifice a whole lot of quality of life and survivability with every single trap you're picking. I disagree. Well, as a... No. I disagree, because Dragon Hunter gets a shit lot. Renewed focus and then UF3 is absurd. That's it, right? And there's something to be said for offensive mitigation as well.
That feels good.
Right, like, they sustain a lot because of the high pressure they put out. They sustain a lot because of the control over the field they have with their fucking symbols and shit.
You've captured the altar. I'm hurting here.
So here, the best way to stomp a Guardian is not black powder, it's to do this, because they're two so annoying. You should put a black powder anyway, because and that was actually a perfect demonstration of that. Because what you'll see... Really? What you'll see is I just have to nuke this and then run. I'm not fighting for this. I don't know how many there were that caught it. Alright, we can try. It's only 2 players.
Kill them all. You've captured the altar. Armored up.
And the days and the blind. They got a lot of stuff that I think makes it fairly appropriate. The only reason I'm scoring kills on that guy at all is because he's Condi and not the actual build.
I need some help.
We'll see whether this works. Nah, see, we lost. We lost.
Your enemy has the gate.
The 2 stillnesses were too huge, and I actually fucked up on both of them. Well, sort of. It was a good play from their Guardian when he got a good little CC run on me when I was trying to interrupt on the second stillness. The first stillness, though, was my fault. That game actually would have gone a lot better if I knew about the poison thing and I played the second stillness a bit better. So for people that don't really understand, what happened was at the top in the middle, that thing that people were channeling, it doubles how much their nodes are worth when they have it. And both times they got it, they had double cap on the map, which means they had over triple cap worth of point gain. Which accelerated any early wins we had in terms of points where we had that good foothold at the start. They just zoomed past it. So we had 2 very unfortunate stillness losses. Overall, I'm not too salty about that because based on comp, I would never have expected to even do that well. Hey WP, have ArenaNet announced anything new on Gamescom 2016 like expansions or Guild Wars 3? Well, on the subreddit at the moment, supposedly something big might be coming. Someone from MMORPG.com has had some exclusive insider snoop or something. And the news is that there's news, but what the news is, we don't know. Dragon Hunter traps are fairly big, yeah. But, I mean, they're appropriately sized, I feel. They're appropriately sized. Again, I think they're fine. It's just that they're too spammable. That's it. There you go. That's the best way for ArenaNet to balance at the moment, in my opinion. There are still going to be some outlier skills that have way too niche or unuseful applications that need buffs. That there are. But by and large, what I think should be done with all the stacking of the same, you know, like what's really sad about the Guardian stuff with the current meta, what's really sad about Guild Wars 2 in general at the moment, and I don't know whether it comes from a low player population, uninspired players, because honestly the build making in Guild Wars 2 is not that fun. It's just not. They don't have the kind of runes and sigils and wild variations and things that I think would make build making more fun. But for whatever reason, I feel there's a very tight grip on meta in this game, and there's a tight grip on meta increasingly on online competitive games. I feel for the past 6-7 years, like increasing more and more and more. So I'm not saying it's all on Guild Wars 2. I'm not even saying it's necessarily a bad thing, but it does disappoint the shit out of me when seeing 4 Guardians out of 10 players, double on each team, right, is probably one of the most common things you'll see. And of all those Guardians, like every single one of them is running the same maybe selection of 6 skills tops utilities. And same weapons every time. Every time. Or maybe some of them swap a scepter for a sword, right? I know longbows getting thrown around in there. Like, there's just so little variation within the class. Same specializations, same choices almost that they're taking. At the Grandmaster level anyway, in the really build-defining ones. Yeah, on Visual Word, you and Matt talked about your disappointment with the Assassin's Creed story direction after the second game and wondered why that happened. Did you ever find out? I can spill some beans if interested. Dude, I never did, and for what it's worth, I was never one of... Well, I liked Assassin's Creed, and I played it vicariously by going around a friend's house. My older brother used to be quite into it, and the first two specifically looked like really cool games. I know that people got tired of... Basically, Ubisoft cranked them out too quickly, right? Which is a shame, and because of that, people got really tired of the flag collecting monotony and stuff. But yeah, I've heard what happened to Desmond and the crazy direction they took it and stuff, which I think sounds horrendous. You know, you can't set up some big end game, some awesome idea for a story that's going game to game to game, and then just abandon it. I mean, my speculation's always been that Ubisoft wanted and didn't like the fact that there was an end point that the franchise was riding to, because they could milk it for longer if there wasn't an end point that it was riding to, and that's why it happened. But if there's something deeper, sure, enlighten us in Twitch chat. But yeah, so yeah, I see two big problems with Guild Wars at the moment. And when it comes to balancing overly powerful skills, I like skills with significant effects. I like them having dedicated places and to be well understood and visually understood. And the Dragon Hunter traps hit all of those really well. So I wouldn't want to change their efficacy. I would just want to change their accessibility, right? Make them a little bit rarer to see. It deals with the spamming clusterfuck for spectators. It helps spectators understand the game too when big moments happen. It stops it feeling like traps specifically are really annoying, okay, on Dragon Hunter, and I'll tell you why. I feel like the cooldown argument is even stronger here than for many other examples. Is because traps have the double up effect, where you can go to a node as a Dragon Hunter, drop all your traps, and literally sit there wanking off, picking your ass, picking your nose, whatever, not paying any attention. You know, you're busy playing Omega Ruby on your DS while you're waiting for someone to come. And someone jumps you, and by the time they jump you, all your traps have fully cooled down. So what players actually have to deal with is the first set of traps, the first ring, the first bunch of dazes and blinds of obnoxious shite, and then immediately it's going to get followed up again with another set. And then they're on a low enough cooldown that you might even see them a third time in that same 1v1/team fight. Come on, man. Bump them up. Bump up the cooldowns. Let's not live in this world anymore. It's stupid. I think a big part is also that people are just too lazy and scared to build their own builds. I don't think it's that, right? Like, build making I think it's the game's job to make build making as fun as possible. I wonder sometimes if the devs have confidence to do the things that will really make this game good. Because it's funny to me, like, when I play Guild Wars 2 less a bit, when I play other games, when I pull back a bit, as I have a bit this week, right? I suddenly lose all my balls to make all suggestions about improvements. I lose it completely. I'm like, fuck, I can't make suggestions. I have no idea what I'm talking about, right? Like, I get so scared. And I just sort of imagine people working there that also get that disconnect. Because they're humans, right? They're not living their lives purely about Guild Wars 2 all day. It's a job, right? But, you know, if your head is not in that incredibly high, passionate, driven, information-gathering state at all times... you know, I wonder if they lose confidence to do stuff like for PvE, right? Build making would be so much more fun in PvE if they decoupled attributes from perks on runes. We've discussed it before. People even really liked my suggestions on the channel for how to do this. I'm still a big fan of the idea. A lot of people are, but the devs have never done it, and I wonder whether, because you know that's a big change. And I wonder whether it's because, you know, it's going to take some balls to do a big change like that, affect the economy in a big way, make a lot of.
I've got the target.
I think the same might be true for a lot of PvP decisions that get made also. So here I've actually stealthed the body. And here I'm going to stealth the second body. And I'm going to try... There we go. We do have everyone up. This guy is the best target for us right now. The other guy was low. But this guy's still low. Oh, come on! I did get him down, but... Oh my god, it's a warrior. He vengeance. They need to CC the shit out of that warrior. Nope, the guy died and we were on the... Oh. That was sort of my bad. I had a choice. Cluster bomb and kill the NG or heal. I wonder if there was a better way out of that. Maybe I should have healed just for the first pulse and then turned it around and did some damage. I don't know, man. There's a raffle going on in chat. Check it out, guys.
You lost the graveyard.
You used it. I'm charging too much, you're saying? And I could do better if I was dodging a bit less.
Oh,
I've got the target.
That's the same Condi NG as before, by the way, so... He knows that he can just Condi the hell out of me. So I can't really do too much. There's actually a lot of good targets here because some of these rangers are playing quite classy these days.
Help me. I'm hurt.
You've taken the graveyard.
How did he evade that? This is bullshit. This is some laggy nonsense right here.
Attack my target.
Ah! Oh my god, we got the kill. Okay, I should have been pressuring the body, not stealthing the friend. It's fine, we got the kill and he rallied. But you know, I don't think I've seen a single game this season without a dragon hunter that's also running traps. Oh, I tell a lie. There is very rarely you'll find a burn guard. Very rarely. You know, I wonder whether it's because the build really is that strong or whether it's just because a lot of guards have felt disenfranchised for so long. These bad necros, man.
I've got the target.
Oh, fuck. If I was just a bit quicker with the shadow step, he wouldn't have exploded spinal shivers and all that nonsense on me there. I don't know. That was probably bad. I should have looked at how many were on the far node. Hey WP, when's the next Tomb Raider video coming up? Alright, so my biggest regret this week is that I haven't put up any Tomb Raider. I do have about 4 episodes there still. Oh my god. Just suppressed a burp there. I do have, like, and they're all on the Patreon drive. But I haven't put them up because I wanted like go Guild Wars video, Tomb Raider, Guild Wars, because people have this thing where they like to hate on the videos if it's not. If I do like 3 Tomb Raiders in a row, I'll get people whining like with Guild Wars gone, blah 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 blah. So I have to be kind of. I'm trying to make everyone happy. This is insane. That was quite the Condi burst. I'm a moron because I should have seen there were 3 people there. I should not have just gone YOLO and in. I was talking to you guys about fucking Tomb Raider, but yeah, it is coming. It is coming. So it'll be Movement of the World today, and hopefully in about 12 hours, maybe 24, Tomb Raider. I also have the Queensdale tour, by the way. It's also done, but I'm gonna unlist that at some point quickly after the Movement of the World. It's actually, by the way, it wasn't a 4-hour run. It was about 3.5 hours all told, with the first footage that all got lost and all that kind of stuff. 3.5 hours to complete Queensdale. I think it's really cool and nostalgic, and it's actually going on the main channel because I thought, you know what? Come on, this is the other thing about combat mode, right? It's really hard when there's 2 people stacking on a body. Major issue. It's really hard to retarget and then interrupt the Reza, which you frequently need to do. I shouldn't have done that. What was that animation there? Oh, he is here. Oh no, what? How did he stealth for that long? What was that? Yeah, actually, I'll tell you what. It's not a lot of different ranges. It's just the one. I've seen this guy earlier, recently.
You've taken the graveyard.
Signet of Stone. I didn't want a +3 on there because we had another guy going back. And besides, he was Signet of Stone, so. Alright. Warrior's actually pretty fun to fight as well. I got the benefit of this trap as well, so hopefully he stands on it. There we go.
Kill them all.
So you wait for the Endure Pain. You play super evasive. And then once the Endure Pain runs out, you just sort of take your little pot shots. And basically, it's just a lot of 3 spam on this. Because what the 3 will do is it will blind him as well. So then when he goes for his headbutt or his... Oh, are you serious? Alright, okay. So that's also something I can counter too. By saving the Basilisk Venom. These people are going at me hard. I need to leave. If you save Bassy Venom, because Bassy Venom is unblockable and a stun, you can, when he's in his shield stance, a lot of warriors will just they'll watch you do the Bassy Venom. They won't do anything to stop you. They won't interrupt you in the middle of it. And then you can interrupt them in the middle of their shield stance. That's a pulmonary impact. They're usually in something of a dangerous situation when they first do it anyway. Which is why, you know, they're executing the skill in the first place. I'm actually going to try to go toe-to-toe with the Necro. We'll see. Here we can Bassy and then auto on the short bow to stun him so he can't move in for the newt. I'm going to get outnumbered, so... Oh, no, that was a Shambling Horror. I'm a moron. Damn it. Was that another one? No, that was just the Shambling Horror. Evaded the elite there. Let's evade into his marks, which he's just wasted on the node. There we go. I'm 2v1. I need to leave. Oh, no, my friend's there. And he's a guardian.
The waterfall is yours.
I'm watching for his heals. Oh my god, why combat mode? What the hell? I'm gonna fear through here so that nobody hits me. Weakness is annoying. I'm cleansing it with a signet. Doing big stealth. Oh, the guy's trying to stomp. I hate people that don't know. This frustrates the hell out of me. Dude, why were you trying to stomp when I clearly was? Well, at least he knows how to just DPS, I guess. Don't have to be... there you go. There's an example of combat mode being a twat with Heartseeker. This guy should be dead right now, and he's not. Blind the fear. Okay, we're good. Let's leave. Unless someone's roaming to us. No. We might win this one. Is that the standard meta battle build? This is a build I found on someone's stream. I don't remember them documenting it anyway. Yeah, I just guessed at what they were using based on the traits. Based on the fact he had lead attacks. One really nice thing about this Thief build, I think, in terms of traits, is all the traits are really visible. You can tell from gameplay exactly what someone is running. Exactly. You can see how many times they're popping their F2. You can see lead attacks coming in. You can see that they've got Daredevil stuff. You can see it all. Does he already have traps on? Oh, he's the guard. The warrior. Alright, there's Ninja Pain. We're actually going to go for this guy here. Fuck! Oh, we got something.
Your lord is under attack.
He's going to back cap. They're still 100 points away from having a successful win from Lord. So I don't know, but...
Your lord is under attack. Kill them all.
Pulmonary impact will kill him. Oh, why did he hit? Oh, no! Oh, God.
Your lord is
this
under
is pretty
attack.
bad. This isn't good.
No.
Oh, I evaded the thing, but that's still some heavy bleeds there. I'm dead, probably.
Your lord is under attack.
Oh, yeah, damn. That sucks. What actually killed me there was the condition damage update. So what used to happen, guys, is when the Condi would run out on you, it would just
You've captured the quarry.
it would just stop, right? Like okay, so let's say this. Bleed is supposed to tick 1 point of damage on you every second, okay? But let's say that you've inflicted 1.5 seconds of bleed because you've got Condi duration. Well, that 0.5 seconds never used to do any damage because it would just wear off and then you'd get nothing from it. Well, guess what? Now, they did an update where it does do damage, and that's actually what killed me on that. So there we baited that.
Your lord is under attack.
Oh my god, the Guardian. Just spam Shadow Shot so hard there. See, that's annoying, man. That's really annoying. That Heartseek should have gone to him. I'm just tagging this to be a whore. Well, we won. I really didn't do much. I was very much carried that game. Very much carried. But hey.
Your lord is under attack.
Whatever gets me to legend, I guess. You think that my lord's under attack? Yeah, they need to do something to handle that. So here's something really interesting. I've talked about on a couple of streams. To do with like the modding scene or whatever, but it relates to Guild Wars 1. So obviously, Guild Wars 1's kind of on autopilot at the moment. I don't think any devs there manually ever really think about Guild Wars 1 or do anything. Apparently, they've said it exists on a very small, like, little server cluster or something. And they're generally very hands-off. Last Nightfall stream we did, we talked a lot about the perks of them ever going back to it. You know what, actually, this is how much of a nerd I am. I drank some wine last night, okay? And during that time, I couldn't get out of my head this really cool idea of like a new Guild Wars game. It's not called Guild Wars 3 or even Guild Wars necessarily, but it's set in Tyria, and kind of it's like the Guild Wars. It's like the real Guild Wars 1 sequel. So it's like, because I played Magicka recently, right, where you can go through this little like co-op-y experience, and you guys know that I love games like PoE. All right. So I love this idea of like a new Guild Wars like campaign, and it's structured like that, and it's like co-op, but it's not massively multiplayer online. It's all about the leveling and the build making and the variety and blah 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 blah. It was like set in some different time or place on Tyria. That would be really cool. Anyway, that's an aside. But yeah, because the devs are so hands off with Guild Wars 1. It seems to have enabled a bit of development on Guild Wars 1 side that really shouldn't be happening, but no one's sneering at it too much. And as far as I see, it's one guy who's like a god, and a really cool guy. Like, who does that? Who creates awesome tools, right, for a decade-old game that has a dwindling population? It's really awesome what he's doing there. And of course, I'm talking about Guild Wars Toolbox. So this was a tool that does a lot of things to help active players of Guild Wars 1 play the game and have fun, right? So it does stuff like, it's got a feature for auto casting. So you know how in Guild Wars 2 I can set my Bassi Venom here to auto cast. How do I do that since they changed it? Anyway, you know you can set it to and it will just keep looping. Well, you can do that with one skill using Toolbox, so you can maintain a skill and stuff like that. And then it's got other features too in there, like being able to see the health of enemies, actual health, not just percentages, actual health, and the health of all your friends, and the DPS that you're doing, and the DPS that all your friends are doing, all calculated. Like, all there in game. And what it's doing is it's hooking into the game. And these are things, slowly you start hearing, okay, these are things that ArenaNet never would have allowed way back when it was their priority focus. But now, they seem to just be letting it slide. And it's for the betterment of the game. People are really interested in loving this stuff. There's another thing that allows you to talk to quest NPCs when they're in combat, when you shouldn't actually be able to do that. There's a major one which actually disconnects your camera and lets you fly it around places. Basically no clipping, doing whatever you want wherever, like in maps, and you can go to various places that you never should have really been able to see. And so that's all been really interesting. There was an update I tweeted about earlier today. It's really cool. Hopefully someone in chat can go to my Twitter, grab that link, and maybe throw it for people. But it's even got like a Path of Exile style new compass, new minimap. So you see this minimap down here, it's a square. In Guild Wars 1 it was a circle. Well, what it does is it gets rid of this and it like puts a giant map overlaid onto your entire screen, that as you move around, like, and it marks off chests on the map, and it shows the full enemy locations on the map, and you can click the map to target stuff. Red dots will appear on the map. It's amazing. It's so cool. That's the latest development that's happened with it. It's really badass, and so it proper opened my eyes. Anyway, so I tweeted about this. Somebody tweeted in response, there's something weird going on in the Guild Wars 2 circuit too. You know Vistas, guys? You know that smooth, lovely camera that ArenaNet... We're actually going to try and play with this filter on this match, okay? You know the Vistas that, like, the reason I'm turning it off, I now realise, is because I don't know when the gate's going to open, because I can't read. That's why I've been sort of automatically doing it. Come on, what do you mean no path to target? This node's a bit annoying to get to because you can accidentally target the bridge above and you get no valid path to target and stuff. But somebody responded to me. So in the Guild Wars 2 scene, you know that camera thing I talked about for Guild Wars 1? Somebody's actually making that for Guild Wars 2. And it's amazing for machinima. It's amazing. It lets you go around anywhere you want in that entire game. I'm turning it off. It's over, guys. It's over. The whole premise of the stream, we're not doing it. It's incredible. It lets you fly around all over the game world. Wait for it. There. No! Oh, we got him. We got him. That was 8k. That was juicy. I pushed the line hard here. They're going to res. Oh, God. He distorted. I did interrupt. He blinked away as well. I've got a billion people on me, obviously, because I'm well out of position. Hopefully the fact that I have a billion people... I took so much damage there. These guys actually know what to do. I would have thought one of them was stop to stomp, but they didn't. But yeah, like, the ramifications of a tool like that's really, really crazy. Because basically, it's doing what Toolbox does, that they allow for Guild Wars 1, but will they allow it for Guild Wars 2? That's the thing. Now, I really want an official stance from the devs at some point on this stuff, because over time, we're getting more and more awesome tools and interesting things, and they really need to be clear with people where the line is. And there you go, that's the perfect example right there. Still failed because of combat mode, because I forgot to look directly at the guy. Really annoying. Fucking gravity well. Ah. Can't do anything. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't kill him. Maybe if I'm lucky. On a new steal. Ready. Backstab. Still. 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 Why? Ah. Oh, good. Someone stealthed me. Nice. Thank you. I'll take that rebuild. This guy. This guy's low. This guy's low. Low. Ah. Alright, he's going to chain his next shield, and we're waiting for our Bassi Venom on the next shield, okay? That's what we're waiting for. If we can. Oh, he's power. He swapped a Greatsword. I wasted it somehow. Interrupted the heal. Pulmonary impact. He's down. Good. The fact he's power means we can basically camp him all game. Sorry to that guy, but that might be our ticket to win in here, because I'm not really good enough to go toe-to-toe with a lot of the rest of the stuff. That guy's going to respawn and try and help his close, so I'm going to try and help knock close out quickly now. Oh, it's full health? What have you been doing, mate? Full health and a bunch of shroud? Look, we have to watch for the incoming Mesmer. Oh my god, there's a guard as well. That's not good. There's the Mesmer. Got a good backstab there. All three. Shit, there's the shield. We can maybe kill him if we just watch closely. I just need to know where he is, though. Where is he? There he is. Oh no, that's the Necro. Oh, is my guy dead? Alright, we need to leave. We need to leave. My guy's dead. Obviously, it's a 3v2, so... Even though that Necro's so juicy looking right now. Combat mode's a bit annoying doing this as well. But it's easy enough to toggle off in this specific situation. He's just waiting. Maybe I can fight the Mesmer for a second. The Mesmer's low. Oh, there's a Guardian here again, though. Ah. Yeah, the Guardian's pushing me. I can't really do much. Oh, we got to kill. We got to kill. Can't pressure. Can't do anything. Stomp's going through. Unless I can interrupt and then heal. Oh no, the trap days! Urgh! Fuck's sake! This is so. Do you see this? It's so annoying, man. It's just like fire him for. He has no idea why he won that. Honestly, that's a huge swing there. That's a huge swing. That's 10 points for one team, 15 seconds of downtime on 30 seconds total of downtime for our team. The loss of reinforcements on mid. That's a huge swing because of that stupid fire and forget. Everywhere. Like, and it's really hard for me to have anticipated that. I guess I could have thought, oh, he's a Guardian, so I can't walk anywhere near the body in the middle of my heal skill just in case. But I mean, these are like superhuman. Oh, damn it. Good on him. Good on him. His priority is going to be to burst me as fast as possible now. I did really badly with that shield, though. I think we can probably kill this guy, but we have to play very carefully. I'll try and nuke. Fuck. No, I think we've got to be a bit too careful here. That's interesting. Did he interrupt my... we'll wait for Bassi and then we'll try... I don't know. These are moments where I'm kind of like, alright. Missed the backstab. It's okay, though. It's okay. He wasted his greatsword. Wait for the shield. Okay. Ah, line of sighted on the thing. He doesn't have his heal, though, so... I'll take the new. He can't pressure me back here. Good. Oh, is that a clone or was that? Yeah, it was a clone. It is a clone. It is a clone. I don't know why I tried to stomp. I should have left him up here, to be honest. Neuted first and then did it. Look at that rogue damage. That's crazy. I love playing glassy mesmers. I love it. I think it's so good. Sounds like you hate that trait. Which trait is that? The days? No, again, I don't have too much of a problem with it.
Got the target.
If it was less abundant.
You've seized the henge. Svanir's return.
Interrupt. Interrupt again.
The keep is yours.
He already distorted. This is going to be a fun game, guys. This is going to be good. There's his gravity well. We interrupted him accidentally. I shouldn't have been targeting him at that point. There's 2 players here, so... Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he'd be aggressive. Ah! If I was a little quicker there, I could have been okay. I saw that the guy was up there, so I was like, right, this guy's priority is no longer to be at the node. I felt safer because I thought he'd hang around the node more. And then I was honestly about to say, all right, he's going to be more aggressive now. I should probably bail. Or be more cagey. But I realized it, and instead of too slow, and then instead of doing it, I was going to tell you before doing it. But what's this about? WoW lore? You know, the WoW lore is really funny to me because I hear some people jizzing over it. They love it. They think it's the best thing in the world. But I hear an awful lot more people saying that WoW lore sucks because when you get into it, it's full of retcons and stuff. I think that's really unfortunate for World of Warcraft, that people end up feeling that way. I've also seen a lot of people saying that this game's lore is much better. I'm going to go for full cap just because I feel like they're not sending the people that actually threaten me to their place. I can also keep an eye on that boss over there.
You've seized the henge.
We also look like we might be about to win in mid, so I didn't even need to rush off. There you go. All right, so we're gonna hide behind this and watch their spawn, and we're gonna see who comes out. The Mesmer and an engineer are on their way. Oh no, it's just an engineer. All right, there's the Mesmer. Let's play, shall we?
Buster.
Is that a clone? Ah, what? Random dodge my ass. Go on then. Do all your random dodges, bro. He's not even focused on me, which is good for us, guys. Very good for us. I don't really have a way of stealthing him.
Kill them all.
Damn.
The keep's been lost. They took the henge.
It's unfortunate. Twice in a row.
That feels good. Buster.
Obfuscate, disorient, confuse.
So cold.
Fine. It's not all about the 1v1s. If they're just going to abandon it, we'll nuke.
Yours.
Yeah. Ooh, these necros, man.
Your
I hit
enemy
it.
took the mine.
So for people that don't know why I'm going on about stuff like that, if you're a necro and you just drop all your marks on one tiny place like that, I guess he was leaving the... No, the cooldown didn't matter too much. But people will just dodge onto them and break all of them and you'll do 0 damage. Okay, and that, guys, is why we don't stay for full cap. That was silly. Do you think I can actually get up there? Is that actually a valid path? I miss the old days where you could blink through that. That was awesome. Alright, let's try this here. Somebody ping something? Anybody?
They took the henge.
Should we try this guy?
Kill them all.
It was a clone. Great. No, why didn't I go up? Ah, obstructed by the statue. Shit, man. Guardian's back, so we might, if we're quick. He also just wasted one of his big gap closers to move in. If we're quick, I don't know whether we're actually going to be quick enough for this. It's very unlikely. Let's see. Oh, what? He didn't even chase. Oh, he did chase. Don't know why our ranger's here, though.
Back in fighting condition. The keep's been lost.
Dude, I would rather pursue than you, bro.
You've seized the henge.
He's all out, finally. There we go. Oh, so that was something I used to be really bad at as well. Using blinding powder, not defensively, but purely offensively. So there, while I was fighting, I was behind the guy. I knew he didn't have much mitigation left. I had it there, so I popped it just to stealth me, so my next door I would backstab. And that is indeed what killed him, the little icon that appeared on the right. So again, that was some advice last week's Thief stream, which I've been playing with a little bit more. And it feels nice, but it's not really that effective. I really like saving that for bodies more than anything else. But still, yeah. WoW kills characters in dumb ways, regret, and brings them back in stupid ways. See, yeah, so someone already said it. Good job. The worst thing a story can do is overuse people being resurrected. In my opinion, resurrection from the outset is a really dangerous thing to do. Unless you're playing, like, a super long game, like a super, and by that I mean like decades long story, okay? The second you have a major okay, well, let me sort this out. So resurrection to me is okay, but there are only a certain circumstances whereby it is okay. And these are it, right? Like, one, when the person comes back, they're fundamentally a different character. So that feeling of loss, the death, actually matters because it's a different character now. It's not the same. Ergo, big character dies and becomes a lich, right? And is still around, but only in some capacity. Is never whole again, okay? And you can't cheesily, slowly make them the same character again eventually. That cheapens it, right? So that's one way you can bring people back, and I think it doesn't tarnish your series. And the other thing that's really important is if you're going to do it, the original death cannot have been a big deal. It cannot have been a big deal. If you have a lovable character like Logan, okay, for Guild Wars, right? Or Air, let's say Air. Hey, they've killed Air at this point, right? If you make a big deal out of the death, you have a funeral for them, you have a period of mourning, you shine a big spotlight, do a special cutscene when they die or whatever, whether it's your show, game, whatever. If you make it a big deal and you tell your audience, hey, you have to be emotionally invested in this, you cannot then do a 180 on it. So the only way you can bring someone back, and it's okay in my book, is if there was no big spotlight on the death in the first place. So, for example, random-ass NPC dies, they don't make a big deal out of it, and then they come back, and then the big thing is that they've come back, right? Like, and now they can go become a big character after the fact. You can even maybe take an established big character, kill him, and bring him back, but again, it has to, you cannot trick, because it feels like you've cheated the audience. If you know, it's all the Superman dies thing. It's too many people do it. They cheapen the hell out of it, and so you just can't. And if I were ever to do like a writer's guide based on my success as absolutely fucking nothing, but if I was ever to do a writer's guide, my advice would be never kill a main character unless they're going to be dead for good. You need that base. You need that. You need the stakes to be set and well understood, because even if you do it cheaply and whatever and blah 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 blah, or you think you've got a really cool reason to bring them back to life, it's going to undermine every single other time you can threaten to kill someone. And threatening to kill someone is a very powerful thing for, you know, like power fantasy writers, right? Like it's the final thing. It's the, you know, once you get past that point, once death isn't really on the table anymore, it can be very hard to write a story good enough that people are invested, comfortably invested in it. You have to be very clever when you're doing stories where death is not like within this genre. So this is an annoying thing that happens quite often. Basically, I can't kill these guys. Oh, there you go. Good, good, good. Well done. You're a legend. Good job. Push him hard and fast. Shit. See, look at this. Do you know what that guy did to kill me? He pressed 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what he did. Before I was even there. Look, he just 2v1'd us. I feel disgusted right now. He 2v1'd us because I'm a noob, but, you know. We might be able to power him down. I've got the advantage of the symbol from my other Guardian, which is really nice, which is AoE. It's very rare that you see that in action. I also get to maintain poison on him. That was awesome. Good job, dude. Alright, you take place. That was fucking crazy. Let's try again here.
You've captured the quarry.
Was I already revealed? Oh, I totally messed that one up. Oh my god, they're pushing too hard. Where's everyone else at mid? Oh, they're on the ledge. Guys, what the fuck are you doing? Get on the node! Why have I got aggro of 2 of them still? Look, the Necro is still coming at me. I know that that's a ranger that's harassing me bigger, but the Necro back there was still looking for some action. Oh, that guy's kind of squishy. There, by the way, is a more subtle advantage of being a thief. And it's that you're actually soaking up the damage. Look, that guy fancies his luck on close because he did so well last time, and I don't blame him. And it's actually that even though it looks like I'm not doing anything at mid right now, my presence is actually still doing something, and it's for a very important reason. I've basically eliminated that ranger from the mid fight. The ranger never got the kill on me, so it's a net 0 for him, right? Like, I'm not pressuring anyone else. He's pressuring me, but I'm able to shake it off. So what I have done, even though I'm not actually killing stuff, is even though I've had some presence at mid, just because, by virtue of that fact, the fact I drew some aggro, I still kind of leveled the playing field a bit. Do you get what I mean? And that happens all the time when you're participating in a big fight like that. All the time. And I think it's one of those important things to identify. Again, this is going to suck because I'm just not going to do well against him. So NG's the only thing I really know to do is that you're supposed to save your steel for a big moment. I don't know what the big moment would be on this guy because I haven't really played this build. This is like the one elite specialization weapon, at least, that I just don't understand. He doesn't... I can't believe I've still got this node. He's just going to out-pressure me. See, look at the damage. I hate that trait. Oh, and then there's this as well, yeah. You can usually bait that one.
You've captured the quarry.
Bassy for... This is fucking bullshit. I was stealth, and his skill was still tracking him to me. Did you guys see that?
You lost the waterfall.
I'm right in front of their door as well. This is so bad. Oh my god, was that my door? No, it was their door. Okay. Hello, Justario. Hello, hello, hello. The only way I can see air coming back is that her body was not properly burned and grabbed by Mordremont's vines from inside the fire and then remade a copy of her as Sylvari Blighted. Yeah, I mean, there's space. That's the thing as well, right? Like, I think you have to be very careful of. I think as a writer, very often you see space for deaths. And you want to use that space. Like, I think you have to resist the temptation. Like, hard. Sorry, not space for deaths. Space for resurrections. Like, so I've talked a lot. I'm quite excited about the idea that air does come back as a druid, and I like that idea because, not because I like the resurrection story so much as I'm actually just excited about the druids. The druids are a really long-standing mystery. The druids are something I feel that Heart of Thorns should have gone into. So maybe it's the duty of Living World Season 3 to go into it. But again, if it happens, I might, according to my own guidelines, what I would want them to do is make her very different as she returns. I don't want her to just be fucking same old air. You know, I don't. I think that would be horrible. Why have so many of them got stabbed? I don't know what to do, man. I can't. Nobody's making any opportunities. Nobody's opening any opportunities. Either that or I'm just so bad I can't see him. Look at that. That fucking guy just full healed. And the other 2 people are dead. This is lost, man. He's pinging as though Lord's an opportunity, but fucking smoke scale. Alright, I'm actually going to try this Ranger because I think he's squishy enough. I could have headshot that. That would have been nice. Except I'm 2v1 all the time because my team can't accomplish anything. I'm actually... Oh no, I'm not 3v1. Oh my god. I should not be alive. That was cheeky. This guy thinks he's got me now, but actually, I think we might have him. No, he's healed too much. How the hell did he heal that much? Oh no, where did my field go? Damn. This should not still be tracking to me. Go away. He thinks I'm dead at that area. That's why he stood over there cleaving. I can maybe sneak in a back cap. Nope. He was too quick for me. There's still 2 of them. There's still 2 of them. Bugger off. Oh my gosh. We'll go around this way. Maybe there's something going on at mid. He's actually been gunning for me the whole game. I wonder whether he's mad or something. Shouldn't have wasted my bastion on the body there, but it's okay. I'm going to go again. Again, because I reckon if I start this one against that guy, or a good engage, we might be okay. I'm just going to back cap. I'm not going to full cap. I feel like if we're going to have any chance, I need to blow up some of their squishies at mid. Or stop shit like this Necro from free casting. Oh, he's plagued. Well. Oh, so another thing with the short bow, guys.
Come here.
Fuck. Fuck. What was the other thing with the short bow? Oh yeah, is auto attacking while the cluster bomb's in the air. Making sure you do that, it puts out more pressure. But short bow's so low pressure, so low. Oh, Ellies are pretty fun to kill as well because they overload a lot, and you can easily interrupt a lot of overloads. Who was this that was bailing off over here? Did I just see someone coming over here? Did I? No?
You've taken the graveyard. You lost the water.
So that's about as many boons as I think I can get. It's still not going to help. There's the 5. He missed it. Or at least what I think is the 5. Look at the it's just insane. It's just so... Ugh. I need to play the NG build to learn why I hate it. Wait, what are you doing, bro? Oh, it's because someone else is coming as well. Oh, and it's a Guardian. Cool. Cheese him down, bro. Cheese him down. Why didn't that blink me?
Go ahead, hit me.
He's in Rampage. I don't know why I bassied knowing he was in Rampage. Oh, why?
I feel strong.
Pain.
See, that is some crazy damage. He's not actually aiming at me, by the way. Hope you guys appreciate that. He's not actually aiming at me. Look, he's 2v1ing. Why is my... What the fuck did my Guardian do? No damage, apparently. I'm gonna die. Unless I can finish him off now. I'm... Okay, quick. Black powder. Oh, mind you, it's a guard, so he should have the thing.
And you thought I...
Oh my god, why didn't you use... seriously.
You lost
Should I have
the
been rezzing,
graveyard.
maybe? Dude, I don't know. Oh, look, I've got him on me again. This is an awful game. This isn't just me, though.
You've lost the quarry.
If they have the freedom to just fuck about with me like this so readily. Oh, come on. You guys thought... No line of sight. Do you know how many times I've died because of no fucking line of sight? Just because I clicked that little rock instead of the rest of the ground. Ugh. I actually died on that rock a little while ago, and I had no... like, right on the edge of the rock, and I couldn't use my skill 2 in downstate because no line of sight. I've had some really horrible no line of sight deaths. Remind your teammates that losing on purpose can be reported now. I feel like reporting's a placebo feature, to be honest. And it's one I very much enjoy as a placebo feature. I reckon if ArenaNet ever actually sit down and look at the report logs, they'll see a lot from me. I'm very quick to report for verbal abuse. Very quick. Especially when I'm feeling salty. Like, people say the slightest stuff, and I'm like, verbal abuse. Straight away. Don't like the idea of all these stupid little kids that, you know, like these edgelords that come into Guild Wars 2 and think saying just this most obnoxious shit. So I always vote, but I'm pretty sure no one looks. It makes me feel better, but the odds that it ever actually means something. Because the problem is, you can spend 5,000 hours being a total wanker, right? Being an annoying, horrendous douchebag. And that's still, and when you finally get banned, because, you know, you stepped out of line just that one time too many or whatever, that's still not going to stop you being a complete moron and telling all your friends and all your family and bitching about it online. It's just not, it's not worth the headache. Just let the little pricks be little pricks and leave it. I think that's probably what they've ended up having to clamp down on. You know what I think would be really good for this game, for like community though, because like we've discussed it before, that the game is so bad at actually encouraging people to talk to each other in positive ways outside of resurrecting each other, because there's just no, it's playing together alone, right? Like we've talked about it. I would love this system to have a feature a bit like the League of Legends feature, where you can like acknowledge people for being decent guys. I'd like that for Guild Wars. Like you get like 2 acknowledgements you can give out a day or something, and you can give them out to, you know, random people if you meet them, and I don't know, it just might make people a bit more talkative, hang out a bit more. People do need incentive for this stuff. I'm a big believer in that. I believe you need to build your game in such a way that people will want to talk to each other, because on their own they're not. I think on our own as humans we're just going to seclude ourselves further and further and further because we don't want to deal with the frustrations of each other. Hey, just joined the stream and I'm wondering how Season 4 is going. I actually think this is my least enjoyed season of them all this year. It might be because I'm Thief, and I'm getting to grips with it and it's very frustrating for me. But the Guardians and NGs, it's just so bad. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's the last season and everyone who's been slacking all year that still wants their backpack, they're now going ultra try-hard, and people feel like they have to grab just these couple of builds, and in many respects it looks like this working for them. Maybe it's because the builds themselves are just so frustrating to play against. As a Thief. Maybe I'd have a totally different opinion. Maybe if I was playing my Necro like normal. Or sorry, like I did in Season 1. Like normal, that's weird to say. I only did it in 1 season. Maybe if I was back on my Necro, I'd be like, oh, cool. I'm climbing at a steady rate though, ish. Those bonus pips are huge. Overwatch's rate other players feature at the end of the game is quite nice. It has absolutely no effect on their other than acknowledging their performance. Right, and there's a million things. People will do shit for acknowledgement in Guild Wars 2. You know, cheeky little title. They need leaderboard titles, man. I would love leaderboard titles. It's like you only have this title if you are in the top 10% of that time, so the title can be revoked and stuff like that. That would be so cool. Such a really deep well of untapped potential in the title system. So deep. So much higher audience retention they could get if they just figured out the titles. Oh well. I'm still salty that when I last talked about titles and I mentioned the idea of, you know, there's so many random ones of actually rarity tiering them, giving them different colours. I just had a bunch of people sneezing on the idea and talking about how, oh, but then people want only pick the rare ones, which I don't believe at all. I put a longer message while above about AC, but essentially the writer who planned the original Desmond story arc was fired outright. Oh, this is the Assassin's Creed. I thought you meant Ascalon's Catacombs for a second. Desmond's story arc was fired outright to trade in the cash cow milker, with the Desmond dying in the 3rd game. Sorry for spoilers, there was quite a bit of drama about it. So it was a cash cow thing, right? Can I not get the backpack after this year? You can, but it's they haven't actually announced how it's possible, and presumably it will be harder. Again, maybe they don't have the balls to make it harder, but presumably it should be. All right, we're gonna try. Ready? Yes! Oh, it worked. Hero. Dude, you don't get to just come up here. Oh, he's got a hammer. Oh, there's a lich. Oh my god. See, that's what I miss seeing. Fucking power liches. Oh dear. He's dead. One interrupt. There's 2 reses. I can't do much. I can heart seek that guy. Nope. Oh, what this signet never cleanses the thing you want it to. I have to do it. I have to double tap that. Puts me right back into harm's way. Oh shit. He's realised at the same time as I did I was actually capable of killing him. Must pop thing for... Oh, that was a clone. Shit. I thought he died, and I was like, oh, so the clones will have despawned. So, I thought, oh, well, so that must be a new player. So I ran off to fight the clone. This is awful right now. Oof, that was a big hit. That was juicy. That was juicy fruit. There's another guy there, fearing. Oh my god, he's running the MM trait. No! Can't seek the body, man! There we go, there's the rally. Oh, I double tapped the shadow step. That's lag that got me killed there. If I was playing EU, I wouldn't have died there, sincerely. And then I could have maybe done some cleave with the short bow. We would have got the kill first. They wouldn't have all rallied. I don't think the game hinges on that, but that was pretty huge. Who cares, honestly? I don't read titles. Well, you might read titles. Do you not see? I never get that. When people are apathetic to ideas because they don't currently interest them. You got to broaden your horizons a little, bro. Think of the world where it does do something cool. Quick, we got to jump this guy fast. Poison that one because he's getting elixir S res. Fuck. Fear. Oh, just in time. I used headshot there because I wasn't sure if the guy was still there. I know it was pretty weird. That was nice. Oh my god, look at the combat log here. Etius. That's me. I love it when that happens. Makes me feel like I'm good at the game. I'm not. But you know. This guy's about to have a bad time. Okay, here I'm staying back. Let's try and... So here, right, they'll cluster bombs in the air and do some bouncing attacks in the meantime. The other annoying thing about the NGs right now, like really annoying thing about the NGs, is they just passively wander around, like nullifying my entire weapon set, basically. What little pressure I could do, the NGs are now just reflecting away. Not permanently, but enough for it to be really annoying. Need to interrupt the res. Oh, he's in Shroud. Wow, all of my headshots missed. They didn't even land. Didn't even do anything. What's going on? Home, somebody's decapping. There's a Necro over there. Can't see. That wasn't too bad. Hey, we're doing it. We're doing it. Ah! Must!
They took the henge.
I wonder if we got him. Did we get him, do you think? Yeah, we did. No? No, we didn't. Where is he? Shit, he's over there. He's going to decap mid. Oh, this is annoying.
Endurance drained.
That's as good as I can do there. Heartseek, he was already at low health. I can't compete with this now. Because he's just going to regen up. Look at that! Do you see the frequency at which he just did his heal turret? What cooldown is that on? That's monstrous right now. I'm 2v1. I've got a good excuse to leave. Oh, they're coming in. Okay. I swear he heal turreted over there while he was in stealth, and now he's just done it again. Come on, someone else pressure him. All right, there's...
Attack my target.
And, oh, I'm gonna shoot myself. This is so annoying. He might be going to... No, Sneak Gyro is moving towards me. He's still coming at me.
You've seized the henge.
He's going back up to the node.
Have enough energy.
Oh shit. I got a serious problem here.
The keep is yours.
Oh god, I was... Oh my god, the poison tick got him. That was nice. Didn't need to blind for the fear on that one, but I did for just the reduced damage of the auto, which can actually be kind of nasty.
Svanir's return.
Oh god. Look, a lucky starve auto that procs to stop spinal shivers while I'm in stealth. That was pretty annoying. I reckon we can still jump him because he's wasting his marks. And he wasted it well over there as well. There's the shroud. We just have to wait it out. He's going to probably try and heal as soon as his shroud's over, so I need to stay in line of sight. I'm watching for it.
I don't have enough.
Oh my god. I don't even know what I did there. Of course it was the NG that killed. That's great, right? What? Oh, he had a function, Joe. You're shy at PvP, but you've only just started? Well, keep at it. I think that it is the most depth you can get out of Guild Wars 2. It's not perfect at all times. Definitely not. But you have to understand that for 4 years, they've basically just balanced for PvP. They probably hate people saying stuff like that, but it certainly feels this way. So, the perk of that is the PvP is actually quite good. Especially compared to other MMOs. Like, there we interrupted his shield. And again, that's good because... Oh, of course we didn't crit. And of course he immediately has a cooldown ready.
We heal as one.
Again, it's good when you do that because of the pulmonary impacts.
Assistance, please.
There he got saved by my Heartseeker because of a lucky proc from the Chaos Storm. He got an Aegis.
I chose you. Ready, willing, and able.
Gonna try and interrupt that guy once Distort's gone. There we go. Need to keep this guy up. Gonna stealth us both. That Power Reaper hurts. There you go. He got the rally. He's still welling in that corner. And I just saw a Gravedigger. He just dug in that corner because he thought we were still down because we stealthed her. It's funny. He didn't even realize we'd rallied and walked off behind him. That was cool. The NG again. That might have swung it for us, guys. That win on that mid-fight. That might have been good. Might have been just the ticket.
Your enemy took the mine.
I'm happy to do this right now because I know it looks dangerous, but what you should understand right now is I'm basically forcing them to +2 on their close, which is very good for us because we can outnumber them everywhere else. And here, like a fool, he's just dropped all of his marks. I'm only here to pop those, not to fight the Mesmer.
I'm hurting here.
See how the Necro's still here? That's the only reason I'm doing this right now. Only reason I feel good about it. If the Necro leaves, they can keep their close. But for now, he just double dodged. He's got nothing. He's down. What had to happen there was the Mesmer needed to call. If they were in like TS, the Mesmer would have called, look, you need to stay, I need to. What? He's still hit? Oh no, it's the worm.
The chieftain has returned.
Alright, well, let's see how he does then, shall we?
Refreshing.
What are we looking at here? He took some good damage there. Oh yeah, he's the power one, because the wells. 2v1 again. I think it's the NG this time. Oh no, it's another Mesmer. Alright.
Your enemy took the mine. Your team is
Yeah, we won that hard. After that mid-fight, that went way out of control for them. They could not get their feet back after that. That was cool. I actually felt alright there. What's the role of the Mesmer in PvP in general? The role of the Mesmer is to make the game impossible to spectate. And to shit out condies everywhere. That's its current role.
Svanir's return.
Or if you're feeling brave enough to do something genuinely fun that's no longer a part of the meta, try shattering people and getting shat on. It's up to you. Mesmer by Wood and Potatoes. You agree on minis? There are too many minis? my problem with minis is what I talked about on a previous stream, how they never correctly delineated gem store rewards from in-game rewards. And I think it's one of the biggest causes of frustration between the gem store and the player base of Guild Wars 2. If the gem store only offered cosmetics that were specific to gem store related slots and pieces of gear that people understood, the mini system could continue to actually have some prestige. I don't believe the mixing and matching idea works at all. And I think that's a big reason why minis felt so cool in Guild Wars 1 and so shit in Guild Wars 2. There's not too many titles, they just need to be categorized, right? They need to be clearly shown as which ones were the rare ones, which ones were the hard ones, where do they come from, where do they belong, you know, what ones are worth something, what ones aren't. You know, the argument people had against me, against that suggestion, was a very trivial one in my opinion. It was this, that, oh, but if you add those other things, people will stop picking titles because of what sounds pretty. I just want my pretty sounding title. I don't want to know if they're better or worse. Like, just this stupid, obnoxious nonsense. You can still pick your pretty title, kiddie. You can still do... I'm really salty today. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I keep catching myself, like, really angry at stuff. I don't get it, right? Like, because you can still... If you like Acolyte of Dwayne, if they put out an update which shows, look, Acolyte of Dwayne was this meaningless, easy little thing to get, right? Well, okay. Toy Maker, right? Adept Toy Maker, right? If they did that and it was color coded differently, people who still really like the title will still use it. You can have a different title on every character you like. It's easy to swap on and off. If what's important to you more than anything else in the world is the way it looks, then pick a title for the way it looks. Done. But for everyone else who actually wants the system to be a little bit better of a motivator for doing different kinds of content and for... you know, a more meaningful reward in Guild Wars 2, which is sorely lacks, again, because of the gem store edging in on so many other things, then let them have the real system for the titles. I don't understand the argument. Teenage angst. I'm still feeling that. That's good, right? Because that means I'm a youthful person, right? Right? But you seriously, to look at this list, as someone said in chat, this just, it's getting mental. You know, one of the only reasons I'm doing this, and maybe thinking about going for Legend this season, is so that I'll get the title. Another title. Will I ever use it? No, I don't even know what it's called. I don't even know. I couldn't tell you. I have 2 of the Legend titles already. I couldn't tell you which they are. I don't know what they are. I don't know what they were called. Like, let's actually do this for some fun, alright? So, Acclaimed Achiever was for either 10k or 20k AP. Acolyte of Dwayne was for doing the Dwayne Backpack Collection. Adept Toymaker was probably the Infinirarium mission meta for finishing that. Apprentice Toymaker was probably the same thing but a different year. Ascendant, I think, was one of the PvP titles that used to have a lot of prestige, but then they ruined it, like many things, when they updated some of the rewards. They kept one PvP track that actually goes on for a long time. One. They kept Brawler, which is a whopping 10,000 games and 42 tiers. Oh, sorry. Not. They kept Champion Brawler, so they kept 2. I'm sorry then. They kept 2, I think. They did Champion Brawler and they did Conqueror. Here you go. 42 tiers, 2,000 wins. It's crazy. Sorry, 10,000 wins. I've already got 2,000. I've almost got 5,000. So you know that's that's cool, but they don't have titles with them. They stupidly broke the other one. Avenger of the Dispossessed. I can't remember. I don't know what that is. First one on the list. Got no idea. Been there, done that. World completion. These champions for getting 150 rated games on the various PvP classes. Champion of the Gods, hangover from Guild Wars 1, having God walking amongst mere mortals. Also pretty prestigious. Chosen. I think that's also from Guild Wars 1. Closer to the Stars, Guild Wars 1. Combat Healer. The Pitiful, the very first title pretty much anyone gets. It's like 10 resurrects of other players. Done. Crabdos Champion. I don't actually have that meta done, so I guess Crab Toss Champion is the one for holding the crab for a really long period of time. Or lots of wins. I remember getting that a while ago, though. So that one's okay. Dark Traveller? No idea. Cannot remember. Dear Commander? No idea. PvP maybe? Distinction and applied jumping, that was the first year of SAB, or maybe the more recent ones. Dungeon Master, every path of every dungeon. Oh, sorry, Dungeoneer, every single skin from every single dungeon. Why does my Skype keep stopping me from being set to Do Not Disturb? It keeps setting me to online, and it's winding me right up. Every skin from every dungeon. Emissary of the Mad King, some crappy title from the first Halloween. Ex Machina is one of the Heart of Thorns ones for getting all the machine weapons. Exalted Legend? No idea. I don't know why I would have that. I can't remember. I haven't finished those metas yet. I haven't done the 100 kills. That's golden. I don't have it. Exotic Hunter, maybe one of the collections. The Treasure Hunter collection, maybe. Faithful, no idea. Fashion Collector, all the T3. Finders Keepers. No, I can't remember. Maybe a Living World thing. Flame Seeker was Guild Wars 1, I think. Ghostly Hero was Guild Wars 1, I think. Gladiator is an early PvP title. God Walking Amongst Mere Mortals is Guild Wars 1. Oh, there's Golden. Golden is 100 gold. Grand Artisan is maxing Artisan. Great Jungle Worm Slayer is killing Triple Trouble. Alright, there we go. We'll continue. But, like, it's splotchy, right? Like, if you can't even remember what gave you the reward, it's not a good reward, guys.
Points. Seize theirs.
I get it. We're talking over a long time span, but, you know. It's actually 100 resurrections. I actually held a workshop at an art university about how that achievement is part of the best game design decisions they ever made for Guild Wars 2. I do agree that it's good design. I don't agree that it's a good reward. I think there is a distinction there. Okay, he's Condi, so we might be okay. We have to pop all of his traps like that. Then we have to just wait a second for the rolling AoEs to end. And now we can maybe kill him. Oh, bonus as well. We blinked out of the... He still has way too much. No, we're not going to do it. Too much bleed. Fuck. There is a chance I can kill a guy like that. I need to use the F2 properly. I do believe it's good design because obviously it's very thematic for what Guild Wars 2 is about, right? Like helping one another. The resurrection system in the game is probably the single. It's like the pinnacle of that, right? To me, he's probably set all of his traps back down again. No, not yet. But as far as titles go, as a system, I don't think it's a very rewarding title, and I don't think you'll find any players really care about it. I do think it's one of the crappiest titles in terms of like prestige or whatever. Like, and that's the thing. That's where the waters are a bit muddy. I think in the ArenaNet's not. They're not letting the system be a prestige system at all times. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe it's just me that thinks that's a bad thing.
I chose you.
Does every single title have to be prestige all the time? Well, I say to an extent, yeah, because when someone gets one that is worth actual effort, like Liadri or whatever. How did that backstab miss? And why am I weak again? Oh, and then I got hit by the fucking... I'm going to bail out of that. I know he's low, but their close is open for the grabbing. This guy's probably going to go Celestial and daze me as he goes in. Oh my god, we got it.
Come here.
Of course it did. Of course it CC'd mid Heartseeker. Ready.
Go ahead, hit me.
Ah. Those fields, man. Just die already, fuck! I'm stealthed.
Back on my feet.
Why does the guy not cleave, or interrupt, or do anything of value? You're on your own, you've lost it. You've lost the node for us. We're about to get +1. I'm out. You're a fucking retard. God, okay, I'm getting sorry. This might be one of my last ones. Oh god.
Your enemy.
The downstate gets me so mad. Gets me so mad. Okay. Alright. Be nice. Be nice, Weepy. You got this. His cooldowns are off. He just used them to kill the guy after all. Why am I being attacked still?
Did you see that?
Oh, it's that same guy. I guess he liked that he killed me before. I can't believe he got that kill.
Stillness has appeared.
Dude, use your eyes! Shouldn't have to do that. Okay. Let's try the ranger again, maybe.
There.
Refreshing.
Target identified.
Okay, good. God, there's so much heat on me. Is that guy gonna bail now and go for the node? Yeah.
Kill them all.
Oh, that had to
Random dodge. That's fun, right? What is that field there? What is that? Oh my god, why have I seen so many Elixir S's recently? This is crazy. I mean, I know why people are happier to run it. The tornado. Do you know what I find weird about the tornado buff? For PvP, it's basically just been an NG buff. It's been nothing else. It's just an NG buff. That's all it is. It's, hey, you were running Elixir S anyway. Here's more stuff. That was a cool update, by the way.
You control the gate.
I'm going to try this, alright? Because I think I've actually got this. Not if I play like that.
Back in fighting condition.
Alright, there's the shroud, and we just stay away now, right? Like, you just keep your distance. Stealth bit. Cheeky. And now we need to kill him while he's in it. Oh, oh, that was good. Oh, why didn't this... There you go, that's combat mode there. It's over now. It's over. I got hit by the elite when I really didn't want to be. Obviously, the other guy came, which was annoying. But there I was stealing. Still would have healed me if it had actually gone to the Necro. Because it would have taken life from him. And it probably would have killed him at the same time. But instead, I was looking at the floor while it happened. You know, like, there's just that added layer that's really frustrating. In my opinion, the Combat Healer is the perfect first title because after you completed the achievement that told you to help other people, you actually... Well, the one thing I'd say straight away is I don't really think that the game tells you about the titles very well, or the achievements. I don't think players that early on in the game with 100 reses actually really even comprehend it's a system. Or maybe that was just me. Like, I don't think that it's actually that... I think it's a bit... If you're saying that that is the sole thing that drives... No! Oh, we got it. I can't believe we got it, but we did. Okay, I'm going to force him into a tricky spot now. By Newton his node, while my friend... Wow, that was the worst infiltrator's error. But yeah, and I don't know whether holding it over your head as well is... We gotta stop the cap. Nope. Just need to keep harassing here. He went down. Come on! Why? Oh my god! Oh, it was a corrosive poison field. Okay. Okay, okay. If he's going to run corrosive field, then fair play to him. I'll take the node. They're going to do a big fight down at the bottom now, and if we lose that, it's a big deal. So far, we have double cap on them, though, and they've got nothing. What armor do I have on? I have one of the outfits. I can't remember what it's called. I'll tell you after the thing's over.
You've captured
We'll probably do one more game after this, guys, and then the stream, I think, will be at that. Especially as the salt levels are rising. Oh my god, we got a huge amount of stuff now. No stillness buff for them. If we're going to lose that, which I think we might, because they do basically have the whole team there. But we're still there to interrupt it. Should I go down? Their entire team is fighting for that. This is a big problem when your entire team fights for it. We just need to... Because what's going to happen here is we're dead, right? So we just had a guard respawn. Now, the guard can go to close. Anyone else who dies can go to mid. You can have one person roaming around. Even if they get the trip cap here, it is not worth what they think it's worth anymore. Because they've overcommitted to it. Especially not since we seem to have a tanky guy down there. That Guardian dropping down is a bad idea. Maybe it's not a bad idea. We'll just hold it like this. We're winning because of this. I'm happy to just wait, though. I don't think it's worth me going down there. Not for a massive team fight. One of them finally neutered mid. That's smart of them. Okay, there's a full wipe there. Oh, apparently they had a DC. Oh, he's here. Shit. Well, that's really annoying, basically. They're going to cap this anyway. There it is. There's no point in me fighting a ranger on the node that they already own. How did they manage to spread like that? That's really annoying. When's the next stillness? It's 4:30, isn't it? Is he doing that uncontested? Yes, he is. Oh, I waited there all that time. Damn, 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 damn. I guess I didn't anticipate that we'd score a couple of kills down there too.
You've captured the
We have to
altar.
right that wrong very quickly. Alright, let's go down here.
Stillness has appeared.
Fucking
I'm in
engines,
bad
man.
shape here.
So cold.
There's no chance. I think we lost the game now. Regarding Zero to Hero, whenever you're going to go back, consider maybe doing Bloodstone Fen for the Ascended back piece. An experience for Heart of Thorns Masteries at the same time. That's a really good idea. That is a very good idea.
You've got the temple.
You can get Magi's shit from there as well. Isn't Magi's what we were going for? Come on! I totally got that in time, man. We need to... Oh my god, we had a duck. We had a duck. Hold the phone. Right, I just finished streaming it. Well, we're going to finish. We'll do one more game. Jesus. Okay, thank you to whoever the duck was. I'll have a look in a second. This is going to be tight. If we can do this. We need player kills, like bad player kills. This guy should be a good one. Player kills, player kills, player kills. That's right, keep spamming evades, bro. Oh my god! There we go.
Your team
Woo!
is victorious.
I kind of got carried in the last half of that. I didn't really do anything. Okay, so the outfit is the Crystal Savant outfit. And Ventura Light, thank you. Donated 3 quid. Hey, love the content. Don't get to catch the stream often, but just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are the ultra spot of the day, and you get your name down there for the next one game. But I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Char Thief looks so beautiful and elegant, especially when dodging with that trait. Yeah, I love the dodge. I love it so much. I've actually had 2 people now complain that when I've killed them on this, they've been like, oh, Char animations. Alright, last game, guys. Okay, let's go back to the titles and see what we got. So what we got? Faithful, yeah. Oh, Faithful was maybe a Stronghold of the Faithful thing? Maybe? Fashion Collector was just having a load of skins. That I got automatically when the update went, feature pack 1 went through. Finders Keepers. Ugh. Finders Keepers. Don't know. It's these kinds of weird ones that they just do random little titles for stupid shit in Living World updates. That's what I don't think works. Like it should be a new category or something. I don't know. So here's a concept I was thinking of, guys. Quite a wild concept. Talking about the kind of thing that, you know, with the devs have the balls to do it. But I think it's a really interesting concept. It's about build making. It's about balance. It's about incentive to buy future expansions. And the idea comes from a lot of excitement from me, but also like I think it makes a lot of business sense because it helps with expansion sales so much. And because I think that the game inevitably should go in this direction. let's see what you think. All right, now it kind of stems from some early ideas about how Guild Wars 1 might have continued to go had Utopia come out, had Expansion X come out, Y, Z, so on. And the way that game was built on a load of width, right? Like, they didn't have more progression, you didn't get more levels each expansion. They just gave you more options every time. And it became a nightmare for them to balance. And, you know, they moved to Guild Wars 2 with a more arcadey loadout style play, blah, 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 right? So, so I think it goes within reason that because Guild Wars 1, and especially based on a trading card game, MTG, Magic the Gathering, and the fact that trading card games do this, I think it stands to reason that Guild Wars 1 probably would have eventually resorted, had they continued developing it, to have, like, seasonal builds, right? Where it's like, okay, you can currently only PvP with the set of skills that got added to the game in Prophecies, Factions, and Nightfall. And what happens is when Utopia comes out, the Prophecies skills leave rotation, and the Faction skills eventually leave rotation, but the new Utopia skills come in. And then Expansion X comes in, and the old ones leave. It's very similar to what Hearthstone, also a virtual trading card game this time, but a card game nonetheless, is doing to maintain balance and to keep it feeling good. And then you can have a format in the game where everything's viable and everything's available, right? So, how does this relate to Guild Wars 2? Well, let's talk about it. Let's leave the queue for a second, because I'm going to be mapping somewhere. So, I view Guild Wars 2 as being very, very similar to those things. Specifically with regard, not necessarily to new skills. I think that I don't see this ever having to happen for... I think the specialization system solves itself neatly. What you actually already have is a similar concept to that with the elite specializations, where each expansion is a new elite specialization that replaces the old one, just as new sets of skills would be replacing the old ones. But actually, I speak of this because I talk about gear, okay, which I view as being in a very similar situation as Guild Wars 1, in that there are too many going into the game that the devs are pretty negligent with balancing them, with bringing them up to spec. We've had one serious look at runes and sigils ever across all of Guild Wars 2's life in which they did a big rebalance of them. One in 4 fucking years. And runes and sigils are so important to get joy out of Buildcraft, in my opinion. And I have so many weird and wonderful cool ideas for runes and sigils. So the proposition would be a similar thing. Because basically what's happening right now is this, okay? New maps they're adding, they're giving us new map currencies.
Wow,
and
quality armor.
Thank you so much.
And the new map currencies are very fun at first, because you want collections, right? You want the new skins, you want the collections. But the thing is, this is all very short term and short-sighted, because you unlock that shit and it's done forever, okay? Some of the other things that they add with these currencies are actually a little bit more interesting. Foods are in this as well. Food, runes, and sigils is what I'm about to talk to you about. So they sell recipes for foods. Now, recipes are account-bound, one-time things only as well. So yeah, but it fits. So you think about foods as well, what I'm about to say. But it kind of struck me. I saw Brazil uploaded a video, I think, maybe a couple of weeks ago. I already had this concept floating around in my head, but the fact he did this video is a good example. What's one of the only reasons that people who have done a lot of dungeons... So I talked to you guys about this title I got today, Dungeoneer. I have every single skin... and every weapon and every armor from every single dungeon in the game, okay? But I still run from time to time Twilight Arbor. And I still run from time to time Ascalon Catacombs. Why do I run those? I run them for the currencies, but not to buy skins. I run them so that I can get the runes or sigils from them. Because in those two rare, specific niche cases, compared to everything else in the game, those are actually really worthwhile. Monk runes, great for heal sets. Nightmare runes, great for Condi sets. And this incentivizes me to go and play this content in a more long-term way. Every new character I ever make that might end up wanting to be a Condi build, boom, I'm going to end up doing some Twilight Arbor, potentially, as long as the balance has remained at least a little. If other skills change to incentivize those runes, maybe you end up doing blah, 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 right? So they're actually still a part of the active gameplay and rotate. That's a powerful thing. It's a good reward. It's a long-term reward. It keeps the wheels rolling. But what happened with Heart of Thorns is this. all the runes and sigils was way too niche and just shitty. You know, I really applaud Boots. If you go to the YouTube channel, World of Enders, I run a series with Boots there. He does a series called Boots Bad Builds, where he makes a wild and fun concept. He tries to get the joy back out of buildcraft, okay? And the way he does it is through the weird, niche, interesting effects on sigils and runes. And he tries to make a build out of it. And he makes fun ideas for builds, but they're always weak because the runes have never been properly balanced or whatever. But generally speaking, as much as Boots tries, a lot of these things aren't very good. Now, Thorn runes, I'm here at Verdant Brink. Thorn runes do have a bit of a place at the moment. Some people are recommending them for raids and stuff, which is cool. But they're not the common standard. They're really not. And stat types as well. This is the same for stat types. Out of all the Heart of Thorn stat types, 2 really are used in abundance. The other ones are more curiosities for people and far more niche. You see a little bit of minstrels thrown out there, but some of them are just awful, right? Like, and they're just kind of there to fill in the gaps that were clearly there because of PvP before. So, how do you solve this? Well, imagine a Heart of Thorns where all the runes and all the new sigils are all exciting and all worthwhile. So, my suggestion isn't actually... So what you might think I'm about to say is this, okay? I'm about to say that when we go to the Crystal Desert, or wherever the fuck we're about to go, okay, that we have lots of different maps, okay, each one with a different currency, each one with a new rune and sigil and stat set. And you might think my suggestion is going to be this, that once the Crystal Desert comes out, suddenly none of the core runes or sigils work anymore. Now, that's an insane idea because there's a huge amount of core runes and sigils that would suddenly just get deleted. And it just, nobody would like that. They would feel incredibly forced to buy the expansion. All their existing stuff wouldn't work, blah, 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 blah. No, my idea is a little bit more nuanced than that. My idea, and if Guild Wars 2 had released with this design, I don't think anyone would have had any problem with it at all. My idea is regional specific gear and builds. And I think it's like a logical... when and if they add build templates, this would be like a logical development on this. So the idea would be... And it's very similar to an idea we saw in Guild Wars 1 where we had reputation titles that affected only specific regions. So what you do is you have... While you're in the Crystal Desert, your existing... You can either use core runes, okay, which would be some defined set of existing runes that are in the game, like Scholar runes and Assassin runes, and each of the rune for the base classes, Elementalist, Necromancer, blah, 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 like, you know, a set of maybe 20 to 30 core runes. But then all the other, like, weird, quirky ones you can't use in the Crystal Desert, okay? And instead, you get a new bunch of options. And what the game does is... it saves what runes you have in the desert. So, for example, I go to Heart of Thorns and I like Thorns runes. All the runes are balanced to genuinely be really good and really nice. So you go to the new content and you're like, yeah, I really want Thorn runes. Thorn runes can be like a straight upgrade on Nightmare runes, a core set. They can be straight upgrade. Everybody comes to the expansion, they're like, sweet, I want Thorn runes. But the Thorn runes are only effect in Maguma areas, plus the Living World that follows it, which is Living World Season 3, plus Heart of Thorns raids, which is the Forsaken Thicket and may be the only one. Now, that might sound a bit shit to you at the moment because Heart of Thorns is so small, but my argument is this would go in hand with an expansion that has a worthwhile number of maps, 10 maps, so something like that, 10 to 15. And so what you get then is you get a bunch of powerful, awesome, fun, interesting builds and runes here in Heart of Thorns, and then when the Crystal Desert comes out, you're like, holy shit, this is really cool. I wonder what the new runes that they've added. I wonder what the foods are that they've added here. I wonder what the sigils are that they've added here. And it's more horizontal progression for your character as well. Because when you come here, you have these new rune slots that you fill up the Crystal Desert gear build, whatever. You need a nice name for the system. And that would all be permanently slotted in. You don't have to pay for it every time you visit. It would build into your character. It's similar to how underwater, right? Like you have your underwater set versus your above ground set. Same principle. Just because you're above ground, you don't have to re-buy your underwater gear every time, and you don't have to manually swap into your underwater gear every time. It sorts itself out for you in the user interface. And this way, the devs can balance in these little bubbles, and they can make these cool badass runes, and they can power creep on the earlier stuff. For PvE specifically, I'm talking here. They can power creep on the earlier stuff. And this can also go hand in hand with a PvP system whereby, you know, the PvP seasons for now are Crystal Desert, you know, Cogs of War ones, and then it was Heart of Thorns before, and blah blah blah. And you know, the Heart of Thorns ones go out of rotation eventually, and the other ones come in. I think that would be a really cool system, and I think if the game had been built from that from the start, it would have just seemed logical for them to do that for expansions as well. You know, if you had your Kratos set. And what they can do is they can then actually look at the core runes and split them up as well. And they can say, alright, look, Ogre runes are kind of the Crichton ones, and you get them from the Crichton maps, and then they have their specific place, and they have their specific perks here, and then you've got your Shiver Peaks ones, or you can keep all the original stuff as just Quarteria and not complicate it too much. But yeah, so you go to a new place, and not only do you have the new elite specializations to look into, but you can see how it combos with new runes and sigils. You can look at how your old elite specialization combos with the new runes and sigils, your core class combos with them, and it's generally speaking all worthwhile. The map currencies continue to be worthwhile rewards long into the future because they're still clinging to the shitty collection system, which is account bound, and again is causing them to drop players all the time, in my opinion. You know, it keeps this lovely idea of, okay, Sinister from Silver Waste, Vipers from Dry Top, and you kind of get that everywhere. And they don't have such a headache. They don't have to implement, like, atrociously bad runes that are just so ridiculously niche no one will use them, or are just straight up awful, right? A la Tempest runes, which aren't based on a map currency, but are an expansion rune set, and so forth. I love that idea. Someone in the comments convince me out of it. Let's see the QQ about it. How would World versus World work with that system, though? Again, I would say sort of like the PvP thing. So, like, once Cow comes out, maybe you move them out of rotation. I hate this shit. I hate that you have a perfect system in hand, and it's like, oh, but there's totally different game type that blah 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 isn't gonna work. It's like, fuck's sake, these stupid other game types muscling in on what could be good experiences, right? Stopping them from having the balls to do stuff. $100. Guild Wars 2 continues to ruin the rune system. Like, that's a big change I'd make to runes, sigils, foods. You know, if someone gave me the game director hat, so WP, your game director now, what do you do? That's one of the first things I'd do. I'd establish it as an idea for the next expansion, make everybody understand it, the perks of it, and so on. I'd also do the decoupling thing, perks from stats. I'd do a proper balance pass. Well, don't they sell extractor tools? Someone who's potentially bought hundreds would be butthurt. What do you mean? And I don't agree with that either. You can't hold back smart, intelligent, good, healthy design because of TP investments. Fuck those guys. Seriously. If it was smart for the game to delete gold ingots altogether, even though I have massive amounts of investments in them, I'm not a stupid enough person to whine about it. I would see that it's for the betterment of the game, hopefully. World versus World would go in rotations? Yeah, that's kind of a cool idea. Well, like this week is Heart of Thorns week, where all the legal runes and stuff are Heart of Thorns ones. Next week is Cow week. Next week is this week. Next, you know, like it rotates through. Everyone's on a level playing field. I mean, that does then bloat the playtime and the cost to cover all your bases for each rotation. For New World versus World is just getting into it. But again, I don't think that's as restrictive as a lot of veterans would make out, or a lot of very active players who get phantom upset. There's a lot of that. People say, oh, this is a bad idea because people will get upset. Nobody's actually upset, but people speculate someone might be upset, and so obviously it's bad. Lies, you would give us all an underwater pre. I don't think they can do it map by map by map. I appreciate that you guys love the concept, but I don't think you can have, alright, this is your gear for Brisbane, this is your gear. Because, don't forget, that's all extra data that has to be saved on the server. And I have no idea, and I'm not claiming to know how much that would bloat, how, you know, what they need to remember for everyone. But presumably, if they can afford to soulbound items to specific characters, potentially hundreds of different cross-references or whatever, server-side, hopefully it would work. Hopefully that's not a technical limitation. But that would be so cool to me. You'd go to the desert, you'd be ready to build your new elite specialization, you'd also be ready to check out the new foods, you'd also be ready to check out the new runes and the new sigils. That right there, all that shit together, plus if they ever make masteries work properly, but in my opinion it's pretty big failed concept right now. All that stuff together, that right there is horizontal progression done well. That can be a worthy substitute to the feeling of, oh, I'm going to get another 10 levels here. It absolutely can. And it doesn't break the whole game. You can even make it feel like the challenges here are a little... Oh, alright, anyway. I'm glad to see there's not too many people upset with the idea. The graphics are weird because we're doing like a storybooky feel. Rotations are bad in card games. They just do it to make you buy new cards and makes power creep. Yeah, but that's the kind of antagonistic, cynical, I like to bitch view, in my opinion. Because there's obvious value to that stuff. It's exciting when a new set of cards comes out in Hearthstone. And it's exciting when you see that those cards are actually worthwhile. And it's exciting to see how those cards might fit into the existing scheme of things. And how you might use them. It's not just money grubbing. Yes, it's a smart business decision too. Don't begrudge people pay for good design. That's crazy. There's a lot of value that comes out of the system too. There might be a little sting of that sometimes, right? Oh, look, they're just power creeping it, blah, blah, blah. I like the rotation system, and I think you could look at Hearthstone as a contemporary, very successful game, proving that this concept works. It doesn't just work on MTG, right? It works. And I think that's the way they should go. The reason I came to Dragon's Stand, by the way, was to show you just how awful some of this stuff is. Wouldn't PvE have to be much harder first? Well, I actually think they got the open world balance of difficulty fairly well in Hearthstones, but I've not experienced too many other versions of it to know that it's perfect or whatever. Maybe they can iterate on that further.
I was never
But like, let's see here. The prices for this stuff's absurd as well.
Keep to the shadows.
Leadership rune. Okay, even if we put this into the smart system that hopefully one day they'll do, where the stats are decoupled from the perks, right? So it's just +8. It's like it's kind of celestial because it doesn't know what the fuck it's doing with the stats because it's stupid to have stats on runes and it's becoming increasingly clear. Whatever. All right. So let's just look at the perks of this and assess this rune. 5% boon duration, 10% boon duration, 15% boon duration. When you use an elite skill, convert 2 condies into boons of all nearby allies. It's like an AoE Lissa. This is so uninspired. Yeah, it has a little use. It's got a niche case where it might find some play, but it's uninspired. And I promise you, 95% of all players that come through here will not even think of looking at... That's the other thing. Most players are at a point in Guild Wars 2 where the rune system is so badly balanced, and the sigils, okay, so awfully balanced that most of them don't even consider them as rewards they might want to go for and look into themselves, because they'll just pick the meta build that's online. This ties into what I was talking about earlier on in the stream, where how build making isn't fun enough in Guild Wars 2. They would just have to be careful with how they do it and not be crap like Yu-Gi-Oh! And here's the thing as well. If you keep it localized, all right, I'm not suggesting that you have a new set comes in with the cow expansion that works everywhere. Because if you did that, okay, so let's take a real example, okay? Cow adds in the Crystal Desert plus 30% damage while at 100% health, right? Not above 90%. At 100, right? That's an awful idea for a rune. Please don't critique that idea for a rune or whatever. But one thing that is obvious about that, I've just pulled that out of my ass, and I would never design something like that. But what is important about that idea for a rune, okay, is that it is a flat-out better scholar. And so if they did that and it applied everywhere in the game, people would not like that. They wouldn't like that. Why? Because what would happen is everyone would feel cheated that they have to sell all their scholar stuff that they've just worked for. You'd get a lot of salt based on that. You'd also get a lot of salt that, yeah, it's like ArenaNet just forcing you to pay, blah, 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 blah. But no. What I'm suggesting is that this new 30% rune only works, this power creeped rune that's got cool inspiration behind it, only works in the Crystal Desert. So Scholar that you've bought still works in core areas. And unless you already intended to play the expansion and go to the new areas, it doesn't affect you. You don't need to replace anything. None of that QQ exists. But the people who do want to go to the expansion and do want to play it get that fun feeling of slightly bigger numbers and of building new gear while they're out there. Look, in my opinion, they've been... people are going to hate me for saying this. In my opinion, they've made it too easy to get Ascended gear. For a long time now, they've made it too easy to get Ascended gear. Ascended gear is almost in the same position, in my opinion, as exotics were at launch. No, it's not almost, but if you're talking about a game that is supposed to last for years and years and years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, okay? You need systems in there that keep people building into their gear and feeling that's a present thing. You're finding a lot of veterans already these days, especially those who raid, okay, who just get all this Ascended armor and weapons stuff everywhere. You're finding a lot of these people are kind of capping out on the gear game super quickly. They eliminated the whole fractals long-term gear grind idea with the little infusions and the attribute stats and stuff. That's gone with the most recent patch, and for good reason, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying there's a hole here, okay, and it's very important. So that's what I would like. That's what I think that would be a really cool system. And those are the things I'd include. Recipes for food, sigils, runes. And that's about it. I can't think of anything else. Maybe there's something else that would work well on this rotation system. But there you go. That's my case for an idea. I've talked about it on a goddamn stream instead of doing a video on it, which is what I should have done. I could promise you there will never be a video on this now because I'm going to... What is wrong with me? Should I just be able to say the same thing over and over and over again and not feel weird about it? Flathead said, what about a level of gear above Ascended? I actually believe, with everything I just said, that technically... Oh, no. That would... Anyway, technically it's a little bit more plausible, but it would be suicide for ArenaNet. They cannot do that. There will be serious backlash, serious vitriol. That's like their worst nightmare. If a new expansion comes out that adds a higher level cap, or adds a tier above Ascended, or sells legendary weapons, that expansion is going to bomb hard, and I'm probably out at that point. That's going to be so stupid, so inattentive to your community and ridiculous. I have more respect in ArenaNet than to think they will do either of those two things. But those are killers of the next expansion. Just straight up, there you go. Let's hope the new game director, if they hire from the outside, isn't a moron and actually understands these things. Or let's hope that if he ever brings it up in a meeting with established employees, they tell him to go fuck himself because he's going to kill their game. I don't think any of that will happen. People who've seen the stream are the kind of people that will like and view it regardless. I know, but it just feels weird. It just feels like... It's like all the passion's drained out of me, right? Like, I talk about it, and I'm really passionate, I like it, and I like to tell people. But where's the fun in the same conversation a second time around? Like, writing the script, it takes so much magic away. I don't understand it. I don't know how these, like... people who go on circuits, give them the same speech a million times a year, handle it. Maybe it's because they actually get paid for what they do a reasonable amount. I got £3 for this stream, and I'm very happy about it. So there you go, guys. Oh god, thanks very much for watching. That one NPC at your favorite AFK spot doesn't feel weird about repeating themselves, so you shouldn't. Maybe it's not. The codex isn't quite the same, no. NCSoft have very little say in it. Cut up what you just said since it's recorded and put on YouTube. I have thought of that, but my audio quality and stuff's pretty awful. I don't know. Maybe we could do a highlight. I don't know how receptive people would be there to that. Yeah. So Benji's pointed out, in Guild Wars 1 we did have core skills and then faction skills and then Nightfall skills and so forth. But what WP is talking about is saying once faction's done, only the Nightfall ones get used. Or Nightfall plus core. And then once Nightfall's done, it's core plus Utopia. Then once that's done, and it's the same here. Sort of. But for runes and, you know, for the item systems in there. Oh, the other point, yeah, it's recipes, sigils, runes, and stat types. Stat types. Okay, so the other thing is this, right? There is a potential stat type in that they could put in the game that would be very exciting. Okay, so what you guys have to understand is we've got 3 stat types, like this here that I'm mousing over. Berserker, power, precision, ferocity. Okay, this is the best you can get for raw damage in the game at the moment when you use traits and other buffs to push yourself to 100% precision. Okay, so this is the best that you can use. Now, there's also 4 stat types where it would be like power, precision, ferocity, and magic find, right? If that still existed. Okay, and when it becomes 4 stats, each individual stat doesn't climb so high, but across all 4 you get more total. So that's why, like, if you wear celestial gear, which is 7 stats, your global stat base is higher, but it comes at the price of not being able to specialize too highly. Now, so Heart of Thorns released 4 stat types, which is cool. But one of them that they never did would have been a very cool one. Okay, and it's this: it's power main stat, ferocity main stat, precision minor stat, expertise or condition duration. Condition damage, I guess, or condition duration. Condition damage, I think, probably minor stat. So power main, ferocity main, precision, condition damage minor. That, if it were to exist, would be the new best. It would straight up supersede Berserker. Everything anyone's ever made that's Berserker would get replaced, and with that would come a lot of salt from people, and with that would come accusations of power creep and so on and so on. So they couldn't put it in Heart of Thorns. They couldn't do that. That would be a bit of an issue. People would identify that quite quickly. They would realize, fuck, I have to buy Heart of Thorns to do the best now. They're going to balance all the content around the best, specifically the raids. I mean, it doesn't really matter because you can't raid unless you have a Heart of Thorns anyway. But still, people wouldn't be happy with that, because especially because they'd have to replace all this stuff. However, under my system, that can be added. Destroyers, or whatever the balls you want to call it, right? I think Destroyers is a thing. That can be added. The genuinely exciting and really interesting stat types, they can be added, because it doesn't supersede shit. It's a thing for the Crystal Desert. And, you know, you put it as like the epic grind on the final map, like the Dragon Stand equivalent of the Crystal Desert. And people have more stuff to work for forevermore. As long as new characters are being made, as long as people are slotting new runes over old ones, it's a viable reward, a valid incentive to come to the system. It is not reliant on new blood constantly coming into the game. Pretty cool, right? Oh, okay. So one of the games masters, just before I close it off, guys, Twicky, he says he's asking me to check Skype, but we're going to do a zombie game type, guys. Tomorrow, we're going to play zombies at the Guildhall, and that's what the stream will be. I'll be sure to pop in there, as long as they've organised it for around when I stream, which is at 8 PM. So either tune in to watch that, guys, or hopefully someone can post Discord in chat and bundle in there, guys. You do not need to download the client. You do not need to have an account. You don't need shit, but it's like a chat. Guild Wars 2, Wooden Potatoes, cool chat that we all hang out in. There's lots of activity there, and if you go there, you will learn about our guild. You will learn when all the events are happening, how they're happening, where to meet up. You will be fully in the loop, and all it is the cost of a Chrome tab, which you can close afterwards as well. So check out that link for Discord. I would love it if you came for Zombies. Zombies was awesome last time we did it. The Games Masters are going to try running one, and I would love to see how it goes. So, check it out, guys. That should be really cool. Thanks very much for listening to me ramble. This has gone a little bit longer than I wanted to. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed the stream, everyone. Here's to bright future, hopefully, for Guild Wars 2 development at some point. And I guess I will see you tomorrow for the good stuff. Have a good evening, guys. Thanks very much. I'll see you soon.